Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. I'm glad everybody could join us. So we're trying something new today. We've never actually done this kind of educational webinar during a day. It's about 11 o'clock Eastern time here, and we're testing some new times and new formats here to see if this makes it more accessible for all of you to be able to get the information versus sometimes doing it in the evenings at 5 or 8 o'clock in the evening, which is oftentimes what we do. This is also probably maybe the last time ever that I actually talk about this specific topic. We're changing our webinars where we're not providing as much detailed information, step-by-step how-to information as what you're going to get right now. It's not that we're trying to be mean. It's just that based on feedback, we want to mix it up a little. And it sounds like you want smaller, more direct to the point of what you're looking for in less time in that content. So we'll be changing things up. So this will be one of the last times, maybe the last time ever, I'm talking about this specific topic, but I want to dive in to talk about the exact steps to build business credit for your EIN, especially for 2019, because a lot of things have changed. You know, as I'm filming this here in April of 2019, a lot of things have changed in this process you need to know about if you're going to successfully be able to get business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social without the guarantee and without that credit check. So for those of you that don't know me, a bunch of things about me, I don't like to talk about myself a lot. I've now got about 18 years in the financial industry. I've been in the financial sector ever since I got out of the military back in the 90s. I've actually authored two of the best-selling books on business credit Decoded and Perfect Credit, and you'll also see me all over the place. News stations, podcasts, radio, TV, Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur. We're actually contributors to Entrepreneur Magazine to give you an idea of the exposure we have. So we actually write content for them, and we actually just had something released last week regarding crowdfunding with Entrepreneur. We've been one of the most entrepreneurial companies of 2018. One of the top companies there per entrepreneur as well. So we've got a really good reputation. And I actually have the honor of overseeing the largest business partner division in the United States. So basically, we have thousands of partners that offer business credit white label through us, and we service all of them. So not only are we servicing our thousands and thousands of clients, but we're helping educate people for them to be able to offer business credit and service those customers as well. So it gives you a little bit of idea that I have, I don't know, some experience to talk to you about the topic that we're going to dive into today. And these are just some shots of me on the personal side as well. I'm usually chilling with my family or doing something cool and crazy whenever I do have free time. I live in an amazing state here in Florida, and my biggest hobby is flying. So a little bit about me on the personal side. So what we're going to cover today, well, we're going to dive in and talk about how you can immediately get business credit that's linked to your EIN in 2019. A lot of things have changed now. For example, you're going to be asked for your social security number for identification purposes, but you need to do it in a certain way. We're going to talk about those things. You're going to be able to get credit while you're on this webinar today for your EIN that's not linked to your SSN. This will work for you even as a startup. It's going to work for you even if you have credit challenges. We're going to talk about how to get that done in any of those circumstances. We'll even talk about other financing, loans and credit lines you can get as a startup and if you have credit issues. We're going to talk about how you can immediately then start using that credit profile and score that we build to start getting real credit. I was just on a podcast interview, and my guest is also a client, and he was just talking about how he just got approved with Amazon and Wawa and all these high limit the high limit revolving credit cards using our system already. And that's what we're really going to be diving into today, is how you build a business credit profile and score that helps you become more lendable, and then to use that profile and score and only that, regardless of revenue, regardless of credit, regardless of collateral, to be able to get these $10, $20, $30, $40,000 limit credit cards at places like Walmart and Amazon and Staples and Apple and Lowe's, and vehicle financing at Ford. One of our clients got $135,000 financed at Ford the other day. Best Buy, same client, has a $40,000 Best Buy credit card. Visa cards, MasterCards, Amex. I'm going to map out the exact steps to get those things accomplished. We're also going to talk about how you can access loans even when banks won't help you, even when you have credit challenges, when you don't have collateral, when you're a startup. Look, the system is broken. There's a lot of money sources out there available that most people just don't know about. So we're going to talk about how you can tap in and access that capital as well. We'll be diving into that. We're also going to be diving in and talking more about how to make money offering business credit financing if you have an interest in that. And you're going to get bonuses. You're going to get a playback of this event if you're staying to the end. You don't have to stay to the Q&A. Everybody might hang out now, ask 30 to 60 minutes worth of questions, and I'll hang out with you. But I will stay, or at the end, if you stay before the Q&A to the end, before the Q&A starts, you will get a playback to the actual presentation today, so then you can kind of go through it at your leisure. So you know that is coming as well. Okay, problems with audio. Is anybody else having issues with the audio? Everything on my end looks to be okay. And sometimes I found that if you reset your audio, that'll correct that. If you have questions throughout the day, I do have my comment section up, but just wait till I'm done to ask your questions, because most of the questions I'm going to ask, we're probably going to cover through the event anyways. But if you do have any issues with audio or any of those type of things, let me know. Nope, everybody else says the audio is good. So John, that might just be on your end. And sometimes I find if you leave and come back, that could help fix that. Okay, so look, let's start with the basics. Most people don't try to go get money from their bank. I mean, what I find is a lot of entrepreneurs say, look, I'm not going to get money. I already know I'm not going to qualify. I'm not even going to try. And the reason for that is because they're going to the wrong place. They're going to their bank when they need money because they don't realize a couple things. A lot of people don't know that this even exists. Entrepreneur Magazine reports that 90% of business owners know nothing about what we're going to talk about today. They don't even know business credit exists, let alone that they can get it based on their EIN that's not linked to their personal social. So you can't get something you don't even know about, right? Many people don't understand the business credit building process. People that finally do understand business credit, they think they could just go into their bank and get a credit card if they say the right things, but that's not what works. There's a series of steps you must take in order. There are things you must do to be able to qualify. If you do these things and take the right steps, you get approvals. If you don't, you're beating your head against the wall. And that's why people take 2 years to do what our clients are getting done in 4 to 6 months, because you want to overcome those issues. You don't even want to run into them. And you don't if you understand the proper process, which we're going to map out today. And a lot of business owners just don't even know that you can get money based on your business strengths, that most money today does not come from the big banks. It's actually coming from alternative lending sources. It's coming from private investors. It's coming from peer-to-peer lending sources. There's all these new ways to get capital that have developed over the last 10 years. And we're going to be diving into that stuff because it's much easier to get money than you think it is. The key is to know what lenders are looking for and then know exactly what you need to do to qualify. And we're going to be diving into that today. We're going to be decoding all of that. Okay, so are you in the right place? Well, if you're looking for money to start or grow a business, well, that's exactly what the whole we're going to be talking about the entire probably 90 minutes that we're together. If you're looking for high limit credit accounts that aren't linked to your social, that you can get regardless of personal credit, well, that's exactly what I'm going to be able to map out for you today as well. And if you're looking for the easiest and fastest way to get the most amount of money for your business, we're going to be diving into that as well, because we're going to be talking about corporate credit. We're going to be talking about credit lines. We're going to talk about loans. We're talking about the whole shebang and how you can get all of that. And so if you're looking for credit lines and loans, definitely in the right place as well. So a lot of people want to know if this is going to work for them. Well, business credit's the only financial solution that works regardless of the 3 C's. So I'll tell you something early on that a lot of people don't know. In order to get money for your business, whether you want a loan or a credit line, you need one of 3 things. And I call this the 3 C's formula: cash flow, credit, or collateral. If you have good personal credit or a guarantor that does, or if you have collateral, or if you have consistent cash flow, those open up different lending options for you. But the question becomes, what if you have none? Well, business credit's the only financial solution, period, that exists. Like, you could go try crowdfunding platforms, right? You could try maybe even angel investors. If you have something really unique, and brand new that the world's never seen, those 2 platforms could work for you. But everybody else, we're in this boat where if you don't have cash flow, credit, or collateral, you're deemed as unlendable. And so what happens there is that business credit opens up a door, because if you're creating and starting an office per se, well, you don't need a $50,000 loan. What you need is 10 grand of furniture that you can get at Staples or you can get at IKEA. You need 10 grand of computers that you can get at HP or Apple or Dell. You need 10,000 in office supplies, which you can get at Staples and Office Depot and Walmart and Amazon and Sam's Club and Costco. What we're going to help you do is access all those high limit credit cards regardless of these other factors that make you lendable. So you're still able to come in and get business credit regardless of these other scenarios, and then use that to actually grow your business. Here's an example of some of the approvals that we see. So here's an approval here. Somebody got approved with no PG at $4,000. Texaco account, a Staples credit card, JCPenney, Uline, people buying accounts here. And I'm going to teach you how to get this Uline account later. Somebody got 6,000 at Apple, 10,000 at Apple, 6,000 at Amazon, 12,500 at Apple. Here's $8,500 worth of credit. Office Max, here's an Office Depot, here's an Exxon Mobil, here's $17,000 Amazon account with no PG, no personal guarantee. JCPenney account is $2,600 approval, 4,000 approval, 4,000 approval. Here's multiple approvals, right, including a Walmart credit card, American Express Blue account. You can again see Amazon here, so a lot of different approvals. $50,000 at Pilot Flying J. Here's somebody that got $7,000 following the training. Somebody is buying printers using their business credit. Somebody else that just got approved for $4,000 with Amazon, another $4,000 approval, $1,600 approval, Exxon approval. Here's an Amex card for $9,000. Here's an approval for $7,200, $20,000 with American Express. I am so blessed to do what I do. These come into our Facebook group daily. It's not uncommon for us to see 2 to 10 every day of something just like this where people are sharing our results. If you go to creditsuite.com and look at credibility, you'll see approval section, and you'll see we've got, I don't know, 100, 200 plus approvals that are on there. These give you an idea of, when I talk about business credit, what we're really talking about here. You saw store credit, or what I call the retail credit tier at places like Staples. You saw Texaco, and you saw BP approvals, I think there, and those are fleet credit, which we're going to talk about later. You saw cash credit here, Visa card, American Express card. So this kind of gives you an overview of the type of credit you're able to access, regardless of PG, regardless of personal credit. Here's somebody else that got approved for $50,000, and on and on and on. We have so many different approvals I can show you. So let's start with the basics. What is business credit? What we're talking about here is credit that's built in your business's name. Okay, so that being said, again, this is credit that's in the business's name, and it's basically where the business builds its own credit profile and score for that business EIN number. Okay, that credit's in the business's name, and it's based on the business's ability to pay, not the owner's. So then once you do that, you're able to come in and start getting these high limit revolving credit accounts. So I call this the trifecta, and what you've got is 3 different components to this. One, we've got to get you credit with credit issuers that report the credit payments that you're making to the business credit reporting agencies. Once we do that, then you get credit with places like Amazon, let's say, as a net account. You buy stuff on Amazon, you pay back the bill, they report the credit to the business credit reporting agencies. So those report on your business credit report as what are called trade lines or payment experiences. So the first part of this equation is to get credit that reports to your business credit reports. That gives you trade lines. The minute trade lines hit that report, that establishes a credit profile, it establishes a credit score, and when you have trade lines, credit profile, and credit score, then you have the basic foundation of what credit issuers will need to see to start issuing you these high limit revolving accounts. So once you build that business credit profile and score, then you start getting these high limit accounts, and then you also become more lendable, because your business credit reports say if you should be lent money, how much you should be lent, and the credit scores give an idea of the rates and terms that you're going to pay. Okay, if you don't think that business credit's important to getting loans and credit lines, then I don't know what to say. I can only tell you, in the consumer world, imagine the same thing. Do you imagine going to get any kind of loan or credit card where your personal credit wouldn't matter, where they wouldn't care, right? It's the same thing in the business world. Of course they care. Of course they're accessing this information, but it's not publicly available, or it's publicly available. They don't need to ask for your permission like they do consumer credit. So in the business world, they're using our credit reports for all kinds of things. Suppliers, credit issuers, potential investors, everybody's pulling it, but you're not knowing about it because most people aren't looking to even see the inquiries showing up on the credit report, and most people don't realize that it's publicly accessible information that anybody can actually get. So why is it awesome? Well, it has no impact on your personal credit scores at all. No adverse impact. So what I see most business owners do that make the biggest mistake I see in business, they get involved, and I'll tell you 2 secrets about business that every entrepreneur that's got experience will tell you. 1, everything takes twice as long as you anticipate. 2, everything costs twice as much as you think it's going to cost. A lot of people get into business. They say, look, I'm going to be able to start making money in 60 days. I need about $5,000 to do it. They put $5,000 on a personal credit card because it's available to them. Then 60 days comes and they're like, uh-oh, it's actually going to be 4 to 6 months in total time before I'm going to start making money, and I need another 5 to 10,000. Now they max out their personal credit cards. Since utilization, the percentage of high credit limits you're using, since utilization and the percentage of high credit limit you're using accounts for 30% of your credit score, as you start accumulating balances, you drop your consumer credit scores, then you ruin your ability to use that credit for all kinds of other things you could have used that stuff for. So it's very important to build business credit, because none of the credit you're getting reports on your personal credit reports. And it's also not based on consumer credit quality. Remember, we're going to build a credit profile and score that's separate from the personal, that's used to qualify you, so the personal is not needed. Now, let me clarify. This doesn't apply for loans and credit lines. It really doesn't. Down the road, when you establish a really big, successful business, business credit's going to help you get that kind of stuff without a personal guarantee way down the road. But for right now, when I talk about getting stuff with no personal guarantee, what I'm really referring to are high limit credit cards. It's the $10,000 Visa card. It's the $20,000 Amex card that you saw. It's the $40,000 Best Buy credit card that we talked about. That's what you're getting, and it's not based on consumer credit quality. And again, as I mentioned, this works for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a nonprofit. It doesn't matter if you have if you live outside of the United States but own a business in the United States, you're still able to enjoy these benefits. There's no personal guarantee, so you're not personally liable for what happens in the business. If you ever default, they actually can't come after you individually. They can only come after the business. It's really fast to build. Again, our clients are getting success in about 4 to 6 months. They're at the very end of the process. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't mean that they wait 4 to 6 months to get results. They're getting retail credit cards with high limits 30 to 60 days into the process, and that accounts for usually 80% of what they need to buy anyways. And then the last tier of it that takes 4 to 6 months is auto vehicle financing, and it also comes down to being the Visa card, the MasterCard, the Amex, the cash credit. Okay, if you're doing this on your own, it could take you a year and a half. It could take you 2 years. You're going to stumble. I'm going to show you exactly where you're going to stumble as we proceed, so you know what to avoid. And again, anybody can see your business credit reports. It's public information, as we talked about. So a lot of other reasons too. It gives you greater borrowing ability. Now you have consumer and commercial credit. The limits on these per SBA are about 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit. So if you look at this and go, $40,000 Best Buy credit card, that seems high. It's not high for us in the business world, because a business could easily spend 40 grand in a month at Best Buy, okay? But as an individual, you never are going to. So business limits are much higher, and that's why people get in trouble using their personal credit to try to fund their business. Your personal credit was never designed to do that. That's why your utilization is a 30-year score. Like if you're overutilizing those credit cards, they crush your credit scores, because your personal credit was never designed to fund a business. But in a business, we spend like, I don't know, $150,000 a month on our American Express card. I never do anything close to that on the personal side. We accumulate it, we pay it off. But businesses have a greater appetite for spending. We spend more money, which is why the limits on these accounts are so much higher and much easier to use these accounts to fund the actual business. And you can get approved, as we talked about, even when you can't get a bank loan, even as a nonprofit, even as a startup, even with credit issues. And it also helps give you access to loans and credit lines, makes it easier for those to get to. Now, as I mentioned, any business that you have in the United States can build business credit. You could do what I'm going to teach you for multiple businesses. All of our successful clients do. You could do it even as a nonprofit, and you don't need to buy bogus trade lines or shelf corporations. I advise that you don't do any of that stuff, because it's only going to hurt you, not help you. Now, as we talked about, business credit quality is going to determine if you get approved for financing, how much you'll pay, and the rates and terms that you'll pay as well, including how much you'll get approved for. But here's what's crazy in our world. You could be denied credit even if you have no credit, okay? That's not something we're used to in the consumer world. In the consumer world, like for you to have bad credit scores, you need to actually have bad credit. Like you need to not pay your bills. You need to screw up. In the business world, you could be denied financing even if you have no credit, and that's because you'll be issued a failing credit report and score even if you have zero credit reporting. And this score literally depicts your risk of going bankrupt. So let me show you. Here's snapshots from an Experian credit report. 28 score out of 100. You can see a financial stability score of 6 out of 100. The financial stability score is offered under a different name across all 3 reporting agencies, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian. It is designed to depict one thing and one thing only: your risk of going bankrupt, closing your doors, ceasing operations, however you want to word it. Basically, what the reporting agencies are saying here is that you're extremely high risk if you have no credit. You can see here, Here's that stability score, about as high a risk as you can get. You can see here that the reason for the score being low is lack of access to trades. You can see here zeros across the board because the person has zero credit reporting. Crazy. If the reporting agencies have what they call one firmographic piece of information about you, they will populate a credit report. Let me summarize what that is. It's your SIC. If they know your business name, state, and SIC code, which they get when you file your annual reports with your Secretary of State, they create a credit report. They give you exactly what you see here. I looked at thousands of credit reports. Whenever I see a score of 27 to 29 with a credit limit recommendation of 1,000, without even scrolling down the report, I can tell you I'm looking at a report from somebody that has absolutely no credit established, okay? So again, you have, and this is one of the greatest groups of people that come to us for help. They come and go, oh my gosh, I went to get a loan, I went to get a credit line, they told me I have horrible bad business credit, I didn't even know I had business credit, what do I do? Well, good for them. When we pull the credit, we often find they don't have any business credit. The fact that they don't have any is the reason they were given the failing credit profile and score. So the good news is that even one account, which you're going to find out how to get immediately during this webinar, okay, you're able to go from failing score to great score. Here's somebody that's financial stability score is not great. It's middle of the road. Their Intellis score, the second most common used score in the business world, is high. It's 96, about as high as you can get out of 100. And we see here that the risk is really low. The factors affecting score now average age of accounts, so it's no longer that number of accounts we have. And they did this with one account. I'm going to show you how to get this exact same account later today. And here's the coolest thing. Here's the telltale right here. Check this out. They did exactly what the other person just had. They had the same thing. They had that same 28 score. They got that one account, and now they're up into the 90s. So think about that. Imagine having a 480 FICO score as a consumer, adding one account to your credit report and jumping up to 820. That's what you just saw here. You went from about as worse as you can get to as good because of one account. That's the beauty of business credit. Since your payments are based on how you pay your bills, not utilization, not inquiries, not credit mix, not how much new credit you have like FICO, only how you pay your bills, all you and I need to do is get accounts on that business credit report and have them paid as agreed to get you the good scores. Then the good scores are helping you become more lendable, okay? Now, as you continue to grow the credit, the business credit reporting agencies recommend you for more and more money. I like more money. If you do too, then we need to see how this process works. We looked at the first one, 28 score, $1,000 credit limit recommendation. Second one we looked at, 96 score, credit limit recommendation of 2,500. Remember, this person had one account. Here's somebody with two accounts, $6,900 in recommended credit. Here's somebody with three accounts, 15,600 in recommended credit. Here's somebody with four accounts, 1, 2, 3, down here, 4. 66,000 in recommended credit. Here's somebody being recommended for $724,000 in credit that has 15 accounts on their business credit reports. I just let you in on one of the biggest secrets of business credit. When these places tell you you need a certain time in business, 3 years, you need a certain revenue, 1 million in revenue, it's all bogus. If their computers see you have enough trades, you will get approved, okay? That's the way the system works. It's large part driven based on the volume of trade lines or accounts you have reporting. And as you just saw, as you get more trades, the credit limit recommendation goes up. That's why the limits get so high so fast. Because as you saw, we saw people with 3, 4 accounts being recommended for $60,000, $70,000 in credit. Now, here's the question you have to ask yourself. What do you think? If you go to get a loan, if you go to get a credit line, if you go to get a credit card, do you think you're going to have a better chance of getting approved for the most amount of money if you have that $2,500 credit limit recommendation? Or do you think you have a better chance of getting money when you have a $724,000 recommendation for credit? Recommendations of credit are forefront on the credit report for a reason. It's one of the biggest things that the credit issuers are looking at, and it's one of the biggest points of data that their computers are scraping to determine how much money you should get approved for. So if you want to get the most money at the best terms are done by paying your bills as agreed to get the good scores. The most money is about accumulating as many trade lines as you actually can. So it's also important to note that every highly successful business in this country does what I'm teaching you. Facebook, 40 trade lines, 40 of these accounts reporting. Dell, 83 accounts reporting. Microsoft, 131 accounts reporting. Apple, 138. Let's stop here. Okay, look, as I mentioned, the more trades you have, the more established your business is, the more money becomes accessible, the more your credit limit recommendations get up there. You may think Apple gets money because Apple is Apple. It's not true. Apple gets money because they're pulling this Experian business credit report. They see that Apple has 138 trade lines. They see how Apple pays those bills, and based on their credit profile, they're approved for more money. Here's Pilot Flying J, my backyard. Okay, 153. Okay, actually, Publix in my backyard. Flying J's up in Knoxville. Publix in our backyard, 171 trade lines. Walmart, 513. For the record, I polled these companies because they are the biggest privately and publicly owned companies in this country to show you how they're getting where they are. Here's Walmart, 513 trades. Here's something you need to know about Walmart. 80% of what Walmart sells, they buy using business credit. Here's how their system works. What they put on their shelves, they literally use their business credit to buy from the actual supplier, whoever it may be. I always use Bounty paper towels as an example. They go to Bounty, they pay for the paper towels on business credit. They put those paper towels on their shelves. You go buy them. You give Walmart money. Walmart takes your money. They give it to Bounty to pay back the credit they used. It's insane. This is how they're the #1 retailer in the world. They're good at using other people's money. And here's the shocking stat on this. They get more money into their business through business credit than all shareholder value combined. Business credit's the #1 way that Walmart gets money. That's why they're the biggest retailer in the world, because they're very good at OPM. It's also why other people's money, it's also why they have 513 trades, right? Triple what Apple has. Now here's Mars Incorporated. They sell Mars bars, 22 trades. But here's one of our clients that was months into the process that had 8 trades. Here's what's interesting. They have a third as many trade lines as the company that makes Mars bars. Here's another one of our clients, 14 trades, 70% as many trades as the company that makes Mars bars. So the reason I show you this is that, first of all, the system is designed that the more trade lines you have, which I'm going to show you how to get, the more credit becomes available to you. Okay, and you also seen here that the biggest companies are building trades, and so are small startups. They're actually doing exactly the same thing by following the same system that these big companies are actually following. So how do you do this? Well, here's one of our clients. We went down to our bank to get a business line of credit, and they turned us down. We got started with Credit Suite, set up our business credibly, and built our business credit. And after following the steps, we now secured over 96,000 in business credit cards and just applied for the Platinum Amex and got approved instantly with no limit. Now we have 4 to 5 different companies call us every day trying to give us money, and that's a really good problem to have. We're excited, and if you don't have business credit yet, you should get involved with Credit Suite to have the same results we did. So here's the samples. They are very typical of one of our successful clients, where they now have multiple businesses. Thelma now has co-authored a book with Brian Tracy. Okay, their business did over $1 million in sales the first year of business, and they're climbing very quickly. We were able to help them figure out why the bank turned down the credit line, and I'll tell you that later. What happened is something you should be aware of too. We fixed that. They got the credit line. They've now got well over $500,000 in established business credit, and this is exactly what's possible for you if you're diving into this exact same steps. So what are the steps? Let's start with step 1. You got to set up that credibility. Lenders and credit issuers have a secret unpublished set of standards you must meet to get approved. It's that simple. You know this and I know this. How do we know it? Because we apply for credit cards. When we apply for credit cards, we either get an automated approval or we get that dreaded message that we'll hear by mail in 7 to 10 days. The automated approval happens within seconds. So we know somebody's not manually underwriting our application. We know it's happening by computers. The question becomes, what are these computers looking for? When you're starting to get approved for business credit, what they're doing is they're actually looking for this unpublished set of standards that you've got to meet to get approved, okay? Now, if you meet these standards, you get automated approvals. That's my goal for you. It's that simple. I want to make it where you can go apply for Staples, go apply for Amex, go apply for these and get these automated approvals. That's my goal. In order to do that, we've got to decode what the system is. If you don't meet the standards, you get denied. You do, you get the automated approvals. You've got to set up that business credibly first. It starts with your entity, preferably a corporation. You can also set yourself up as an LLC. I'm not a lawyer. This isn't legal advice. But the problem with sole proprietorships, the problem with partnerships is that those entities, you are the business. If you get sued, the business gets sued. So you want to try to choose a corporation or LLC to truly have the best chance of actually separating your liability. Okay. You also want to stay away from business names that indicate that you are in a high risk industry. Okay. It becomes very important. And later, I'm going to show you how to see if you are in a high risk industry or not. Okay. I'm going to talk about this. I want to show you exactly how you can figure that out so you know if we actually are, you are high risk. You can avoid names that indicate that. Now remember, when you go to apply for loans and credit lines, they're going to dig deeper. They're going to know the industry you're in anyways. But credit issuers, they don't dive deep in your website. All they're doing is just looking at criteria. And if that name indicates you're high risk, it throws up a red flag. Might not get you automatically denied, but the point here is that let's think of it like this. Imagine, if you could visualize this, a list of items about your business. And to the left is either a red X or a green check. Our goal for automated approvals is to get green check, green check, green check, green check, green check. The more red X's we have, the more chance that we have of getting denied. So any one of these individual factors being violated might not get you denied. Some will, some won't. But you start combining violations and you get more red X's, you get denied. So what's happening here is if the name indicates you're at a high risk, red X. We've got to avoid that. I'll show you an actual list of these industries with your permission if we have time later. You want to get your free IN number from the IRS, irs.gov. It's the only place you ever want to get it. Otherwise, you're going to get to the end of the process and somebody trying to pretend like they're the IRS is going to charge you money, getting less licensing that you need to legally operate, and make sure that all your online listings have exactly the same information, that you are congruent. This is exceptionally important. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most important credibility checks I'm ever going to teach you, and here's why. The business credit reporting agencies get information from places like Yelp, your Facebook, your website. Yeah, it happens. So if your business name, address, phone number is off on any of those places, then the problem is that can get you denied because you're incongruent. What happens is this: 51% of loan applications are not denied because you don't qualify. Let me say that again. Over 50% of loan applications are denied not because you didn't qualify. They're denied because the lender thinks your application is fraud. Why do they think your application is fraudulent? Because most applications at the banks are fraudulent now. It's all a big scam. Everybody's trying to scam the system, and banks are trying viciously to fight off these attacks of people coming in, fraudulating everything, trying to get money. I don't know about you guys, but about weekly now, I get somebody in our company gets an email trying to make it look like it's coming from me to wire money somewhere. Okay, there's all these scams that these banks deal with. So how do they know that your application is or isn't a scam? Here's how it works. They get information behind the scenes from places like the Small Business Financial Exchange, from LexisNexis, information you don't see. They compare your application against all this other data they have, and they just look to see if what you put on the application is congruent with the other data they have. If it's congruent, they let the application move forward. If it's incongruent, they deny it immediately on the spot. You think it's because you didn't qualify. You never even got to a qualification evaluation phase. You just got denied because, again, the information makes it look like it's fraudulent. That's especially important with banks. And when credit issuers' computers are pulling data from these third-party sources and realizing that your information is not congruent, that will get you denied or pushed for a manual underwrite as well. Okay, you want to have a professional email address and a website. Stay away from Gmail, Yahoo type email. Get a physical business address. If you don't need to work in an address and you need to work from a home office like I often do, I'm actually in my home office right now today, as a matter of fact, then what you want to do is consider investing in a virtual office. I'll talk more about virtual offices later. I'll give you some examples of ones you can use. Okay, you do not ever want to use a PO box or a UPS address. No matter how many people try to convince you a UPS address looks like a real business address, it doesn't. UPS addresses and PO boxes are housed in a special place, a database that lenders and credit issuers can use. And if you are pulled out of that database that you're using one of these, you can oftentimes get denied. You can use a home address as last resort, but you need to know that now Dun & Bradstreet is putting a Google Street View of your business on your business credit reports. So do you want lenders, credit issuers, and suppliers to see a big old shot of your house on your business credit report? That's up to you. If you do, then use your home address. If you don't, and you don't think that makes you look credible, then you want to consider a virtual address instead. You need to get a business phone number. You need to get a business fax number. The phone number should be toll free, and you need to make sure the phone number is listed with 411. One of the biggest, most secret criteria that lenders and credit issuers use is 411 listing, and here's why. 411 is not 411.com. It's not. So you can't go list your own business on 411. 411 organically picks you up because you're listed on Google and Bing and Yahoo. And in due time, they pick you up and you're reported under them. But you can't just go report yourself. Now, we use a company called List Yourself. They charge $30 a month, $360 a year to do this for you. So you can pay the $360 a year. I'll show you how to get that for free later, but they will charge you $360 a year to actually get your own phone number listed, but you need to get it listed. Matter of fact, we pay for this for our clients because it's so important that if you don't do it, you're oftentimes going to get denied. So that's one of those basic necessities you need to make sure you get handled. So we set the business up credibly. Next thing we're going to do is we got to get set up with a business credit reporting agency. We got to see if we have a credit profile and score with them, right? Because again, if we have a credit profile and score but have no credit, it's going to be a failing credit report and score. We need to see if we're dealing with a failing score before we start to build credit. So you're going to want to do a free check with all the reporting agencies. I'll show you later how to do that. We're also going to want to get the DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet. Business credit is built under your EIN number, not your DUNS. But you need your DUNS number for Dun & Bradstreet to ever even create a credit report and give you a credit score. So it becomes very important, and we're going to talk about how to get that later for free as well, because Dun & Bradstreet will charge you about $1,500 to activate your credit profile and give you your DUNS amongst other things in a package they sell. You don't ever need to buy that package. You don't ever need to spend the $1,500. I'm even going to show you how to get their credit reports without paying the $150 a month they try to charge you later as well. Okay, so you've got to have that DUNS number. You just don't have to pay for it. And I'll show you how to get around that. A DUNS number, a Paydex score, again, are just the beginning, but you can't have them without getting that DUNS first. You also want to fix any inaccuracies and derogatory items. You want to work with each one of the reporting agencies to fix those. Now, I'll show you later how to easily be able to do that if time permits, but you don't want to build good business credit on top of bad, right? We want to have bad. Okay, now, and again, is anybody else having issues with the audio? Okay, everything looks like it's okay on my end, and a couple people come. So if the audio drops in and drops out, hopefully it will come back and it's okay. I'm only having a few people and everybody else is saying the audio is good. So sometimes if you leave or come back or switch devices, that may help. So hopefully that is, but I only have 2 of you, just so you know, that are having that issue. So now that we've done this, now we want to start building initial business credit. Now, just like consumer credit, you can't get credit for your business unless you start with initial credit you can get. You got to have an initial business credit profile and score established. By that, I mean this. If you have no consumer credit, you can't walk into Staples to get your first credit card. If you have no consumer credit, you can't walk into your bank and get your first credit card, right? You got started with small limit, typically secured credit cards. In the business world, you got to do the same thing. You got to start with what are called vendor accounts. Those vendor accounts will give you initial credit profile and score that you can use to start getting the other kind of credit. And there's a few ways to do this. You could do what I talked about, pay Dun & Bradstreet their $1,500, take accounts you already have and add them to your Dun & Bradstreet credit report. It's not easy. Okay, in most accounts you can't add. They won't let you add credit cards and leases and rent payment. You can't add utilities. You can't add cell phone. That kind of stuff can't be added. But I will show you a way later that we actually can help you add that. You actually can add your utilities, including your cell phone, to your Experian business credit report. And I'll show you later how to do that. But Dun & Bradstreet won't allow any of that stuff. And even if you did pay them the money, the problem there is that you'd only build your Dun & Bradstreet credit. You still have to follow the rest of the steps I'm going to show you because you got to build credit with Experian and Equifax as well. If you have good personal credit or a guarantor that does, you can get up to $150,000 in financing that's no doc. These are credit lines. You get about 5 to 8 of them, 0% interest for up to 18 months, and they report to the business credit reporting agencies. Pretty cool thing. So if you have good credit, use your good credit. PG the credit, get $150,000 worth of revolving cash credit. Like you could actually physically get cash at $150,000 at 0%. Insane, awesome. You could use that to fund the business or use a guarantor. Maybe mom has good credit. And instead of hitting mom up for money to start the business, you hit mom up for her credit. You basically use that to get money for the business and all the credit reports to the business credit reporting agency. So as you're using that, it doesn't hurt mom's credit unless, of course, you don't pay the bill. So that's another good option. And again, I mentioned you get 5 credit lines with that. Here's an example of somebody got about 61,400 in financing using that exact same system. You can also do this with what are called starter vendors. This is most common. These are people that will give you initial credit even when you have none established now. Now, they usually offer terms like net 30. The nice thing about vendors that I love are this. One, it's not like secured credit. Like in the consumer world, if I want a $500 credit line, I got to give the credit card company $500 and then I got to pay interest on it. That like makes no sense. And there is a Wells Fargo secure credit card in the business world, but most of them in the business world are done through vendor accounts. You're getting credit at real places you're really going to need to buy stuff, office supplies, shipping supplies. I'll show you later how to get t-shirts using vendor accounts, websites, SEO services, phone services. So it's all the stuff you need. Get it, pay the bill, and build business credit at exactly the same time. So that's the nice thing. You're getting access to money you need and you're easing cash flow requirements because, again, you're not using cash flow. You're getting credit on 30-day terms, 55-day terms, 60-day terms. Now, the bad, or not the bad, but the second part of these is that you're getting stuff you really need. You're getting one, you're getting credit instead of having to pay cash, and two, you're getting the credit for the stuff that you really actually need. Now, you got to find vendors that do report to the business credit reporting agencies and who will approve you with no prior credit. That's the two things you need. You need vendors that report. A lot of clients that walk in our door think they have established business credit. We pull the reports, they have none. The reason is 97% of trade vendors don't report to the reporting agencies. Most people that give you credit in the business world don't report that credit. So we've got to get credit with people that actually do report, and we've got to get you credit with people who will give you approvals when you have no prior credit. And you're going to need a handful of those accounts before you're able to move on to the next step. Okay, some of the vendors that we like are Uline, Quill. I'll show you more later, and Wells Fargo secure credit card. Here's people that are building these kind of net accounts. They're buying stuff using that kind of credit. Now, again, you can look and see, and this is a good example, and I show you this for example. Lamont says Amazon, Lowe's, Corellis, Fleet Fuel all said heck no. Not going to say that word. Then Herman says, oh, HD Supply, 5,000 approval, net 30 account. So I show you this for two reasons. If you're doing this on your own, you're going to do exactly what Lamont did. Apply and get denied, apply and get denied, apply and get denied, and eventually apply places and get approved. I'll show you later how to avoid that and be able to come in every time and get approvals, okay? But with Herman here, you could see he got an HD Supply account for 5,000. Also note, a lot of these approvals are $500 to $2,500. You're getting credit limits of $500 to $2,500 when you're actually getting these accounts set up. So again, that is a great example of how that kind of tier of credit works, the vendor credit tier. Okay, it's just so you know. And again, if you guys have any other questions, just keep in mind that I will get to those in the end. And as we mentioned, I know one of them came asking about the slide presentation. Yes, if you are staying till the end, I will show you how to get that, and then you will get a recording as well if you're staying to the end, and I'll talk about the slide deck as well. So with 5 reported accounts, you can start to get revolving accounts with limits of 10 to 100,000 without the guarantee. These come at most major retailers and stores. Here's Dell approval. Here's a JCPenney. Here's another fleet or another approval, 6,000, $4,500 approval, Lowe's approval here. 5,000 approval, 8,400, 1,000 approval, 7,000 at Amazon with no guarantee. You gotta love that. That's awesome. Shell and Texaco approval here, no personal guarantee with 17,000 approvals. Here's a BP approval here. Here's a Sam's Club approval with no PG. Okay, here's a client, Christine, and some of the approvals that she's received to give you an idea. So this gives you a good idea of how business credit building actually works. She started with small limit accounts, 500 to 2 grand. I didn't show you her vendors that she started with, just the other revolving. Then she moved up to the $5,000 to $10,000 range. A lot of those, right? Then she moves up to the $10,000 to $15,000 range. A lot of those, Office Depot, Sears, Shell. Then she jumps up to 20 and then right up to 40, Best Buy and Dell. 40 is about the highest limit you're going to find on a lot of revolving accounts. Pilot Flying J approves people for 50,000 religiously, and then she's got a local vendor account here for 75. She's now been approved for 185,000 through Ford, RTS for 300. So Christine secured over $1 million. She got $100,000 at Regions Bank. she got, or PNC Bank, excuse me, and another 50,000 at PNC Bank too. Some of them she supplied PGs for, so I don't even give them here. I only gave you the ones she got without the personal guarantee. But you could see here what's possible when you're building business credit. Here's her when she got a $150,000 credit line that I didn't even mention here. Here are some of her actual business credit reports showing her highest score is 100, the highest you can go. There's another $15,000 of approval. Here's where she classifies as quote unquote a few of her cards. If you follow Ty Crandall's program, you'll get what you need. You can see her holding up her actual credit cards. So again, what happens in this step, you're getting credit with almost all major retailers. What kind of credit are you going to get? What kind of credit do you want? Okay, so if you really want to build business credit, stop trying to build business credit. Here's what I mean by that. Don't build business credit just to build business credit. Don't just go get a tier of credit to move to the next tier. Stop it. Get the credit you really need and use the credits you really need to grow the business. The reason Christine's accomplished over $1 million, the reason the samples have got over $500,000 is because they're actually really getting credit with stuff they need to buy. So the samples, for example, when they got their first vendor accounts, they used those vendor accounts for yard signs and to print marketing flyers. They then went and used the marketing signs and flyers to fill up seminars that they used to get their business off the ground. They used real vendor credit for real stuff to help them grow the business. The reason Christine gets these kind of approvals is she's in the transportation industry. She's in trucking. So she's getting fleet cards, she's getting gas cards, she's using all these cards she's actually really using. She's using the cards, she's paying them off. The credit issuers see that on her credit report and they give her higher and higher and higher and higher limits. But the type of credit you're going to get depends on you. I work in an office. So we have Amazon, we have Office Depot, we have Sam's Club, we have Staples. Those are the ones that we use. We use Walmart. We use stuff for office supplies, right? Because we're in an office. Okay, a lot of our clients are truckers. They're getting BP, they're getting Chevron, they're getting Sunoco, they're getting Wawa, they're getting, Pilot Flying Jakes. It's like $600 to $1,000 to fill up the gas tank on an 18-wheeler. They have their trucks break down, they have repairs and maintenance. They need fuel cards. You know how many fuel cards I have? 0. Because I don't have a fleet of vehicles. I don't need a bunch of fuel cards. I drive to work. Work is like 12 minutes. It's like 12 miles down. I don't even know. It's like 10 miles down the road. Less than that, I think. So I don't need fuel cards, okay? But if people are flipping real estate like a lot of our clients are, well, they're getting Lowe's, they're getting Home Depot, they're getting labor ready, they're paying for the money that they need for fixing the properties, they're getting Visa cards to buy the properties. The type of credit you're going to get depends on what you're going to apply for. I'll show you later hundreds of sources that will approve you with this kind of credit without the personal guarantee or credit check. The kind of credit you're going to get and how fast you grow the credit profile and score is determined based on how much credit you're applying for and the types of credit you're actually applying for. Now, once you have about 14 accounts, it used to be about 10. Okay, now in 2019, we've jumped this up to about 14 accounts. You're able to get cash credit cards. This is the Amex card you're seeing here, $3,000 limit, $9,000 limit, $20,000 limit, right? These are $12,000 approval, $10,000 Flagstar, $22,000 Chase Inc., $15,000 Citi, $10,000 Chase, $8,000 Inc., $7,000 Unpac Bank, $50,000 Amex, $10,000 Bank of America, $24,000 Amex, $50,000 Amex, okay? So you move up to Visa cards, you move up to MasterCards, you move up to what we call cash credit tier. And this is where you could buy all the stuff that maybe you can't buy in stores, right? Maybe you need to pay a marketing company for stuff and you can't use a Staples credit card for that. That's when you get to that final tier of credit. This is where Christine got her $185,000 financing at Ford. And by the way, she started with 40. They gave her 40 to begin with. She built the business credit, was eventually approved for 185. Man, I'm not sure if she bought this truck, but it was awesome. She showed me this truck she was going to buy. It was wicked. It was yellow. It's huge. And I'm like, that's awesome. I got to have that thing. So it was really cool. And she's able to move up to that final tier of auto vehicle financing now and the high limit Visa card, the MasterCard accounts, like some of these examples that you're seeing here. So here's Marlon. I was looking for a fast way to get money to grow my consumer credit business after failing to get approved for loans with several banks. I discovered Credit Suite, and after getting initial vendor accounts, I continued applying, getting all types of credit, and now have over 100 business credit cards in my wallet. You can see pictures right here of him holding up a lot of those credit cards, totaling over 1 million in available credit. I have fleet credit that I use for auto repairs and fuels. He now travels all around the country and teaches about business credit, so he has a need for that. And have cash credit cards with most major banks, including Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I secured almost all this credit without a personal credit check, without a personal guarantee. I've been able to get loans with many sources, including PayPal and Cabbage with low rates and loan amounts over 100 grand. Marlon was one of our clients. Again, all results aren't typical, right? The kind of credit you're going to get, the amount of credit you're going to get depends 100% on what you're applying for. You determine that, not me. Okay, so how much credit you're using and how much credit you're applying for is how much credit you're going to get. So think about that same thing in the consumer world. How much credit can you get as a consumer? There's no ceiling. Like, how much credit you get depends on how many credit cards you apply for. Like, how many credit cards do you have? Do you have 5 or do you have 15? Okay, that determines on how much you have. Like, you have credit cards at every major store like Kohl's and Sam's Club and Walmart, or are you just getting credit cards at the one place that you shop, which is Target? You're the one that determines that based on how much you apply. But Marlon is typical, and the clients that have this kind of success all create multiple businesses, and they follow suit and use the exact same formula to fund new endeavors, because we're entrepreneurs and like it's what we do. We can't ever stay focused on one business. That's boring. So we all create multiple businesses, as the samples, as Marlon, as everybody that you'll see here does when they're successful. Follows the same steps here for multiple businesses. So there's a lot of problems you're going to face along the way if you don't know how to do it, and if you don't have somebody that's going to answer these for you. Okay, so here's some questions. I have an LLC, but I also have had a business for over 10 years. Should I change the entity? How do I get my business listed with 411? What should I use a home address? What's the easiest cash credit card to get? What do you think? I was denied for this. How do I get a fuel card? Okay, on and on and on. And I'm showing you questions like this, the hundreds of questions, because I don't want you to think that what I'm teaching you is easy. It's not. I'm showing you what to do, but there's a lot more to the how to actually do it, okay? But that being said, you can see here the multitude of questions that people ask where they're getting stuck along the way, and these questions are what prevents people from actually getting this done quickly and makes them take years. So I have some time here, and if you're okay, type in yes if you're cool with this. Okay, I have some time because I think we're going to go about 90 minutes today. If you're okay with it, I'd like to show you how our clients actually do this. Just type in yes into the chat if you're cool with that. So what I mean is this. I just gave you a flashy PowerPoint. It seemed nice. Okay, gave you a bunch of facts, but I want to show you how Marlon actually did what Marlon did, and how the samples did what they did, and how Christine did what she actually did, using exactly the same steps. Okay, tons of yes, tons of yes. I don't see the chat. I don't think the chat's turned off. I don't think you do see the chat. Oh, there should be a section on the right to type in chat. Okay, so a lot of yeses. All right, so let's dive into the meat and potatoes per se. What you're looking at here is a system we call the Business Finance Suite. It's unique. There's nothing else like it out there. It's the only system that combines business credit building step by step with business advisors that hold your hand, help you through this process, and also get you access to every legitimate type of financing in one place. The goal of the system is 3 things. Improve your fundability, help you become fundable, help decode that lender and credit issuer secret formula. Okay, so then that way you know exactly what it takes to get approved before you even apply. Okay, that's the goal. The second goal here is to help you build business credit as quickly as possible. Fast. That's what fast. It's our priority. Our entire priority about business credit building is to help you get as much as quickly as possible. I'm going to show you how we do it. And it's also to give you access to all loans and credit lines in one place. There's tons of money out there for you. But if you don't know that On Deck only offers loans based on revenue, and Seed Capital mostly offers you financing based on credit scores, and neither one of them say that on their website, well, then how do you know when On Deck denies you that there's 17,000 other banks that would have approved you based on other factors? You don't know that. So what we do is pull them all together to one place just to make it easy to get capital. So we'll start right here with building your business credit. So the very first thing, and again, you don't have to start with building business credit. We actually start our clients by coming in and by teaching you all of the money that you're able to get right now. So you don't have to start with building your business credit. You may actually choose to come in here and start with getting financing for your business. Okay, these are some of the things that you're going to want to make a determination on whether or not you're going to want to start with getting all the loans and credit lines you can get now, or whether or not you're going to want to actually start with building your business credit, right? So if you're going to start with building your business credit, you're able to do that. You're able to access your business credit reports through the system as well, even financing your business. So I've chosen to start here with building business credit. You can also see a rundown of the tiers or the steps of building business credit right here. You can see we have tiers of credit. There's a reason we have tiers of credit. The reason that we have tiers of credit is because you're going to have a certain amount of trade lines to move from one tier to another, and I'm going to show you that. Now we start exactly like I showed you. You're going to start with your business name, your address, your entity, getting all these things set up that you actually need to get set up. You need to build that credibility to make sure that you look legitimate to credit issuers and lenders. Now you'll see our system's super easy to navigate because it's all based on short videos. You can see here that you have the option of doing this in English and Spanish. So if your Spanish is your native language, you're able to come in. You can see my entire system converted now to Spanish from English. Here it's like magic. I can convert it back to English. The videos have Spanish closed captions as well. Okay, so it's all short video training that'll walk you through. You enter your business name, you move on. What if you don't have your business name? Well, then access Secretary of State records where you can set up the business name, or access that list I told you about, that's that industry restricted list or high risk industry list. Look, I can show you this because the list changes daily. A lot of industries that are either unwritable, unbelievable, that'll get automatic declines, or stricter underwriting guidelines. It changes all the time. Dry cleaners, gas station, hotels, pawn shops. We're helping you avoid the high-risk business names so you have the best chance of choosing a name that'll get you approved. Okay, you're going to set up your business address, your business entity, okay, your EIN number. You're even going to get your phone number listed with 411. Now, we use a service, as I mentioned, called List Yourself. They're $30 a month or $360 a year to be able to list your phone number. This is so important that, as you'll see here, we do this for our clients. Do you want us to submit your phone number? Yes. What phone number do you want to submit? Done. All the information you submit, it's listed to 411. This takes months off the business credit building process, because if you're just starting your business, it could take you 3-6 months to even get the 411 listing for your business. So we help you get all that done as well. Setting up your website, your email, your business licensing, all these things we're doing in step one. Now, it's important to note that the reason that our system is so successful, we've helped over 15,000 clients build business credit in the last 3 years alone. If you look at our creditsuite.com and click on credibility, you'll see we have hundreds and hundreds of reviews. Okay, we're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. The reason for all of this, and by the way, we're not accredited with the BBB. We don't pay them a dime of money. I think paying the BBB to get an A+, I think, is a sham. We earned ours because of no complaints. Okay, that's how we got to where we are. Okay, so again, it becomes very important that you set up that business credibly. And for us, the reason we've helped get the reputation we have is because our business advisors help you through this entire process. So by that, I mean that if you have a step-by-step system like this, well, then you can succeed. But when you get stuck, who do you call? Who do you talk to? So in our system, we're actually guided through this process with business advisors that can help you through this entire process. We're calling you 5 times in the first 5 days. Okay, we're available through chat. We're available by phone. We're available by email. We're notifying you every time you move through a step. We call you to talk about your next steps, about what you just accomplished. We email you as well. Okay, so we're helping you through this actual process. Now, again, as you continue to move through, then we're going to move through, and I won't show you all of this just for the sake of time, okay? But then the next step we're going to dive into is into business credit reports. Remember, we've got to do a couple things. We've got to make sure that we actually are coming in and seeing if you're established with the business credit reporting agencies now. We also need to come in and we need to determine if you have any derogatory information. We need to get those things fixed on your business credit report. And third and final, we need to get some of these numbers for you. This business identification number, it's called a BIN number, okay, with Experian. So you actually have a BIN number with Experian, and that's their business identification number. And then you also have a Dun & Bradstreet number, right? We talked about that DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet. So for example, if we're going to go to Dun & Bradstreet, you're going to want to set up your DUNS number, and you're also going to want to make sure that you check to see if you actually have any derogatory information. Now, you're able to do that all right here. You want your DUNS number? Boom, you click to get your DUNS number. You don't need to pay for it. We're going to activate your credit profile in step 3, not just with Dun & Bradstreet. You're going to do it with Experian and Equifax as well, as you're about to see. So that saves you that $1,500 that you normally pay D&B. Okay, you're able to come in and do these searches for your Equifax and Experian, as you can see here, just to see if your business is set up, if they know anything about you now. Okay, you're able to come in and easily just do this search right here to go into that backlink to do a quick search with them. You're able to fix any inaccuracies as well. If you do have derogatory items on your business credit report, you're able to fix them right here just by selecting the reporting agency you want to fix it with. And you can come in and get this fixed with our advisor's help. We can help you fix those inaccuracies. Now let's look at where we are. We built the business credibility. We got established here with the credit reporting agencies. We got our BIN number from Experian. We got our DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, we did a check to make sure there weren't any inaccuracies or derogatory information on the business credit reports. Then what we did was, on top of all that, we also came in and fixed any inaccuracies that there may be. The next thing is we're going to start building initial business credit. Now keep in mind, in that Finance My Business section, you're then going to have the ability to get those credit lines up to 150 grand. If you have good credit or good credit guarantor, that's another way to get initial credit. As I get to step 4, I will show you how you can add accounts, including utilities and cell phone, to your business credit reports. But in this step 3, you're getting access to vendors. Here's the vendors, some of the vendor accounts that we have. Now we're adding vendor sources all the time. But what's interesting about our system is a couple things. First of all, you'll see we have more vendors than you'll find anywhere else, and there's a reason for that. We create them. What we found a long time ago is that our clients had a very hard time finding vendors that they actually sold stuff they really wanted and really could use. So we started going to companies that sell website services, t-shirts, phone services, SEO. We said, our clients need what you have. Will you let us help you report your payments to the business credit reporting agencies? They said, we'd love to. We helped them get the ability to report. So that's why when you're using our vendors, you're getting phone services, you're building websites, you're getting SEO services, you're getting marketing services, you're getting office supplies and shipping supplies. You're getting access to all this stuff because we helped get a lot of these vendors to where they are till they got the ability to report. Not Quill, right? Quill's not thing we had anything to do with, but they are one of the most popular vendors that you could use to start building business credit. Now, a lot's going on here, so let me show you what matters. I'm going to show you a cheat here too as well. First of all, we show who they report to. This is a cheat, and I'll tell you why. I told you that in order to build a credit profile and score, you need to add trade lines to your business credit reports. And I also called these payment experiences. So let me clarify the difference. An account reporting to a reporting agency is referred to as a payment experience. In this case, Quill will give you a payment experience because they report to Dun & Bradstreet, okay? Now, the nice thing about that is they help you build business credit with Dun & Bradstreet. Look at behalf.com. They report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Let me tell you the difference. If you went, I told you you need 5 accounts to move on to the next step. If you go to Quill, you'd have 1 because you've got 1 payment experience with D&B. If you went to Behalf, like I just showed you, you'd have 3 payment experiences. Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian, because Behalf reports to all 3. Remember what I told you, fast, 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 fast. How can we get you the most money quickly? One of the ways that we do it is by telling you which reporting agency they report to. By knowing that 1 account will get you 2 or 3 payment experiences, you can get fewer vendor accounts, get more payment experiences faster, and move through the steps quicker. The other thing we do here is tell you if you qualify or not, based on the credit that you've already established. If you're not qualified, don't apply. If you are qualified, apply. This is a way of you knowing you're going to get approved before you apply. Now, the third safeguard we put in right here is tell you exactly what it takes to get approved, the underwriting criteria. Yeah, because that's common sense to us. Imagine if you went to get a Chase credit card and Chase said, in order to get this credit card, here's the 5 criteria you must meet. Wouldn't that be nice? Then you'd never bother applying if you didn't meet the criteria, and you'd only apply if you would. That's how the whole system should work, in our opinion. So we formulated underwriting relationships with every single one of these sources, talk to them, not their front-end reps, they don't know anything. We talk to their underwriters and we get updates ongoing of their underwriting requirements and tell you what they are. This way you don't waste your time. The reason people take years building business credit, they're out there failing, approve, fail, approve. We don't want you to fail. We want you to get approved all the time. And by telling you what to apply for in what order, what their underwriting requirements are, by giving you special instructions and backlinks to get approved, this helps you get approved the majority of the time. Now, you'll also see here, as I mentioned, we tier the credit, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. So what this allows you to do is know the order of sources to apply for. And you'll also see that we even list at the top of each of these tiers how many accounts you need to get approved for that tier. Now that we've done this, now we've got accounts that you went ahead, you got the credit you wanted, you bought stuff, you paid the bill. Now what we need to do is we need to take a look at your business credit reports, because now you need to see those accounts actually reporting to Dun & Bradstreet, reporting to Experian, reporting to Equifax. Now, this could be expensive. Dun & Bradstreet alone here will charge you about $150 a month if you go through Dun & Bradstreet by themselves. Experian's about $50 a month, and Equifax here, Equifax can be about $20 a month, but you don't need them. Most credit reports to Experian and D&B. These are the two you want. It's about $200 a month to be able to build credit with these two reporting agencies. Now, if you are in here and you're coming in and you're wanting to build your business credit, then what you're able, or monitor your business credit with Experian and with Dun & Bradstreet, one of the cheapest ways that you possibly can. Then we also have a nav integration here where you're able to actually see your credit reports with Dun & Bradstreet, see your credit reports with Experian, and it's less than $200. Well, excuse me, $200 a month is what you pay them. It's only $24 a month to do so. You're getting Experian and you're going to get Dun & Bradstreet for only $24 a month. So that gives you full access to your business credit reports where you're able to come in and get approved, again, even when you don't have to, or without having to pay the $149, $200 a month to actually be able to get approved, okay? So it gives you the ability to come in and to be able to monitor your business credit reports for less than $24 or for $24 a month and access your D&B and access your Experian. So again, the nice thing is here, you don't have to pay that $200 that places like D&B is going to charge you, okay? So that saves you a ton of money. Now we can see accounts reporting on our business credit reports. The next thing we're going to do, and we teach you, by the way, how to read your business credit reports. It's important. Why? Because like business credit reports are very different than consumer credit reports. So for example, business credit reports will not show you a credit issuer's name. If you get approved for Staples, they'll show you office supplies, not Staples. Okay, they have 5 different credit scores. You can see on one business credit report sometimes. Okay, they all mean different things. You're rated against other people in your industry. There's multiple SIC codes. We need to teach you that stuff, so we do teach you that stuff as well. Okay, so that being said, as you're also coming in here to the next tier, then you're seeing that you're able to access all revolving credit that you need. United Rentals, Discount School Supply. Awesome. I haven't seen that one before. That's brand new. I love coming in here because they always add new sources. I also showed you what it looks like when they're not recommended, so you know not to apply. Wawa, Valro, Quick Check, 7-Eleven, Valvoline, HD Supply, Meijer, Lowe's, Staples, there's Amazon, Wex Fleet Card, there's a Macy's, a Conoco, Exxon, and on and on and on, right? So as you continue to get more and more credit, we tell you how many tiers, trade lines, remember that you need to move forward, then you continue to basically just navigate through the steps, and it's just basically, it's like a marketplace, like a shopping where you can just come in and get all the accounts you want. Okay, here's Royal Farms and Office Depot, or Home Depot, Office Depot, Tractor Supply, Walmart, Amazon, and again, all of them will actually come in and list their underwriting guidelines to get approved. We tell you if you qualify, we tell you who they report to, we give you all the ins and outs so you know. So again, you're not wasting time. It's all about time. And I can just keep scrolling. Sinclair Gas, BP, Speedway. There's just so many sources in here. I mean, almost every major retailer offers business credit without a PG and credit check. And here we're just getting you access to all of that, including auto vehicle financing, including Visa cards, including MasterCards. You can see all kinds of bank credit here, cash credit. You're able to get Dell, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Tons of Visa cards, MasterCards. We even have here non-reporting accounts. Why would you want these? Apple. I like Apple. I like to have credit at Apple, but Apple doesn't report the credit you get. Neither is Costco. But still, Amex, Costco, Newegg, Ford. You need to know these guys don't report, but you need to know you can get a cell phone with Sprint and T-Mobile based on business credit quality alone. So we have a whole section just for those, and maybe you don't mind a guarantee. I don't know. A lot of people don't mind providing a personal guarantee if they can get access to more credit. So we created a whole separate section here for personal guarantee trade accounts that you're able to get as well. So you're able to come in and get personal guarantee trade accounts as well as the Visa card, the MasterCard, the stuff that doesn't require the personal guarantee. Okay, and through here, you're also able to come in and even get financing for your business as well. So you're able to come in and be able to get all types of financing. We work with over 1,000 lenders, every legitimate financing source, finance officers, processors, everybody that helps you through every stage of the process. So we're also able to come in and get you access to financing as well. My goal is pretty simple. As our goal as a company, we don't think you should have to look for money when you need it. Like, we want you to be able to pick up the phone, send an email, have somebody that you trust that you know can work on your behalf, that you tell them what they want, and then our team develops a finance blueprint of all the money you can get now. We help you understand what it takes to get term loans and SBA loans. The reason we pump out SBA loans is because we help clients qualify. I know it's a crazy concept. Like, we get them at startups and we say, you want an SBA loan? They say, yeah. They say, you can't get it. Here's what it takes to get it. Let us help you get it. Let's help us get your tax returns done. Let's help you understand what collateral they're going to want. We help you meet that criteria so you can get approved. So we've got financing to buy equipment, to borrow 401ks against 401ks, stocks, bonds, IRAs, account receivables, revenue financing based on your revenue. We deal with private equity financing, commercial real estate financing. We deal with account receivable financing, purchase order financing, unsecured credit lines, term loans, SBA loans. We deal with it all. We pull it all together in one place so it's available for you. And if you ever turn around and decide that you want to offer business credit financing as a service, we have a basic training to help you understand everything you need to do so. We have a resource library with ebooks and guides and PowerPoint presentations and video. Like, if you follow me and my content, it's all your content. As a matter of fact, you get access to my own content before I get it. Like, literally, you get my PowerPoints about a month before I get my own PowerPoints. You literally could take my PowerPoint that I use to do YouTube videos. You could film your own YouTube video a month before I even get mine live. We're giving you ebooks to be able to offer this as a product and service. It's all white label in your name. So you're able to come in and you're able to actually access all these resources that we've done. It's like a franchise, like a business in a box, without basically having to pay like hefty franchise fees. So you get all of that if you're interested in our partner program. But somebody else has already said, look, if I'm interested in working with you, how much is it? So here's one of our clients here. They got $417,000, and I'll talk to you about that in just a second. And he's one of my favorite case studies ever. This guy was getting ready to close down his practice because he owned a $417,000 tax lien. And it's cool, man. He has an OBGYN. Look at him holding twins. That's awesome. So he came to us to find out how to shut down his business, not to get money. And we said, well, what about money? He said, I've tried that at my bank. My credit's not good and it's not going to work. So what we did was we ended up helping him piece together a bunch of kind of financing, and we got him the money to pay off his tax lien. He got it. We continued getting him more and more. To date, he's over $1.5 million. We got him, a guy that thought he could even get to 400. He ran for political office as an independent. He opened up a whole practice, has doubled the size of his practice, just major, major, major success. You can see one of his practices is absolutely beautiful. So look, you're watching this webinar on your computer, phone, or tablet because you want the easiest and fastest way to be able to basically get money for your business, right? And you probably have already tried. You probably have already struggled. You probably haven't succeeded, which is why you're on this webinar today. And my goal is that, hey, if you want the free information, you got a bunch. You understood the what, not a bunch of the how, but you understood exactly what steps you need to kind of go into an experiment to succeed. Now, if you're interested in working with us, well, I think what I just showed you, our finance suite, could be a perfect fit because you're getting business credit that's linked to your EIN, not your SSN, through the top selling business credit building system. Like I said, if you go to creditsuite.com and you go to look at credibility, you'll see there that we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews. I mean, our reputation, I think, speaks for itself. I'm pretty sure, but we put enough here for you to be able to easily figure that out. If you go to credibility, you can see hundreds of approvals. You can see all of our Trustpilot ratings, our BBB ratings, our Sotellus ratings, and you'll see here that we've got hundreds of reviews across this. You can see that we're 5-star, but look, these are reviews people are leaving. Okay, these aren't just somebody gave us 5 stars. These are the reviews you see about us. These are real experiences that our clients are having. And I suggest you look at these because I would never pay a company a dime of money if they didn't have a bunch of reviews and the reviews don't really talk about exactly the experience they had. And that's what you're going to find with our reviews. These aren't just 5 stars or 4 stars or 3 stars. These are people really talking about exactly what their success was. Okay, and they'll give you the specifics. Let me see. And I won't even read these. You can read them. There's tons of them there. Okay, you're getting access to funding as well to grow your business. You can do all this in English and Spanish. Okay, you're able to come in and get all the information on the credibility check, making sure your business name's set up correctly, your entity, your EIN, setting up your address correctly. We're giving you 411 for free. we're going to pay that $360 because it's so important. Your email address, your licensing. Remember when I told you the samples got denied that loan and they got approved? Here's why. Insane. Their name was misspelled on the Secretary of State records. I swear. Believe it or not, it's one of the most common mistakes we see business owners make. And we fixed the Secretary of State records, and they immediately went out and got that credit line that they tried to get approved for. That one thing. So it's listing with compliance. I told you the lenders get information from LexisNexis. We are the only company on planet Earth that actually has partnered with LexisNexis to take their data and bring it front facing for you. We're actually building out our fundability right now where we take your application data, we cross-check it against LexisNexis, which is what the lenders see, and we tell you discrepancies you need to fix so you can actually turn around and get approved. Okay, you're able to come in and get access to all 3 reporting agencies. We're not just helping you activate your credit profile with D&B, where they charge $1,500 a loan to do that. We help you activate it with D&B, Equifax, and Experian, and get your free DUNS number, and get your free BIN number with Experian, and fix inaccuracies with all 3 reporting agencies. We're also giving you the largest supply of vendor credit to start building business credit. Massive selection of revolving store credit with the underwriting guidelines, the Visa cards, the MasterCards. I have people that say this doesn't even exist, and we laugh. It's because this is not out there in the forums. You're not going to find it. But auto vehicle financing, you saw all of that in our back system, all without the personal guarantee and credit check. You don't mind the guarantee. We have a bunch of sources, as we saw as well, that will do it without the guarantee. We're giving you access to financing, cash flow financing based on your cash flow, asset-based financing with rates lower than 2%, unsecured credit, which we talk about for 150 grand, private money, alternative SBA, venture capital, lines of credit. Our goal is that you never need to look for money again. We want to help you from a startup get money all the way to grow the business and qualify for these SBA loans. That's why we've developed our finance blueprint to help you get there. Now, if you're interested in our partner program offering business credit and financing as a partner, we give you every resource you could possibly need to do so. If you're a truck driver, this doesn't make sense for you. Let me save you time. If you're an accountant, it makes a lot of sense to you because you're dealing with business clients all the time. And if you have 2 people that maybe want to buy, well, then they pay for your enrollment, or one person can pay for your enrollment. So with our partner program, you're basically making about $2,200 in profit per every sale, but it depends on what you sell it for. You determine that. Finance videos, flyers, ebooks, free reports, guides, 12 months worth of email content, 12 months worth of social media content, PowerPoints, videos, webinars. It's all done. It's like an entire franchise business in a box. So somebody said to me, literally, okay, I've heard enough. How much? Stephen Davis asked me that twice. So here we go, Stephen. So if you get started today as part of this webinar only, you're going to get a discount and some cool bonuses. If you look at our website, you'll see our biggest plan with payments is over $7,000, $7,176. What I'm going to show you today is only valid through this webinar, and it's valid through through this Friday. And I'm telling you that because we are people that do exactly what we say we're going to do. I'm a man of my word. Okay, it's the way I'm a military guy, small town. That's just the way I was brought up. So I'm telling you this because if you come in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the discounts aren't there, the bonuses aren't there. Don't be mad at me. I'm giving you a heads up. This is valid through this Friday. You've got 2 options. One, you don't want to be a partner. You just want to offer business credit and financing for yourself. You want to get it for your business. This is what we call our core program. You can get started for 7 payments of $497 or 1 payment of $24.97. Now, that's a 20% discount from what you're going to get retail, and we don't often discount because nobody has what we have. Okay, now, if the payments of $497 aren't affordable, don't worry. Just contact us. I'm going to give you our contact info. Tell us. We will work with you on custom payments. We have companies that will finance your payments over 12 months, and they're super cheap. We work with loans that we can help you get the money that you need to buy. There's many ways we can make this affordable. Right now, what you need to ask is, does what I'm saying make sense? Do you like what you've seen? Would you like to work with us? If the answer is yes, well, then I'm going to show you exactly how to get in touch with us even today. And then what we'll do is we'll work out a custom payment plan for you. There's all kinds of options to make this affordable if those payments aren't. Option 2, you want to offer business credit financing as a service and get it for your business. That's only $100 more. 7 payments of $597 or 1 payment of $34.97. Just so you know, even our regular retail prices are increasing within 45 days. June 1st, all of our prices go up. So even the prices on our website you will see are going up within 45 days. Everybody that follows us knows that when we say we're going to do it, we do it. And so what happens is we have a buying frenzy usually in May because everybody knows that we're jacking up the prices because this is ridiculous. The fact that you can get in on our partner program for only $1,000 more makes no sense with everything you get with our partner program. So that VIP VIP package alone is going to radically increase. So remember, it's going to take you about 2 years to do this on your own, but with us, you're going to get the results in about 6 months, 4 months to 6 months to get to the end, so you save yourself a ton of time. How much can you do with getting that money 18 months sooner? And it's cheaper to work with us than do it on your own. Actually, ironically, I just showed you a way to get started for 2,500 bucks. Think about the math of this alone. The bonus I'm giving you here, which I already teed you in on, if you're paying Experian and Dun & Bradstreet for credit monitoring, you are spending $2,400 a year for credit monitoring every year with them. For us, it's less than $300. On credit monitoring alone, we save you $2,200 a year. You don't have to pay Dun & Bradstreet $1,500. You don't have to pay List Yourself $360 a year. And I didn't even show you, you can get business valuations. You can do valuations through Biz Equity anytime you want to see how much your business is worth. So we're literally giving you like 3 times the amount that you're paying for. So it's cheaper and easier to work directly with us. And as I mentioned, we'll customize a payment plan for you. We work with services that can finance it for you. We can even help you get financing to enroll as well. And you're getting everything with even your first payment. So even if you make the first payment, our advisors are calling you 5 times the first 5 days. You're getting access. The minute you make the first payment, you get an email to set up your username and password. We're giving you everything right up front because we're just that sure that you're going to love it. So creditsuite.com/webinar is where you go to get started. If you want to take a look at how simple this is, if you go to creditsuite.com/webinar, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. It's super simple. All you do is choose whether you want to offer business credit and financing as a service, VIP, or get it. You can see bonuses I'm going to show you here. You click buy it now, and you're going to have payment options. You'll have the one pay option. You'll have the monthly payment option. I even threw in a middle of the road 3 pay option as well. So any of that, you can see our phone number, everything right there to get in touch with us. Super simple. You just fill out that form and you're done. You immediately get your login credentials as soon as you're done. And there's a little bit more as well. So there's some bonuses here. The very first bonus, I'm going to give you 30 to 60 minutes with our advisors on the very first phone call. Pick their brain. Find out everything you need to find out. My goal is the very first round of calls the first week. You are through step 1, credibility done. Step 2, checks with credit bureaus done. Step 3, you got your actual vendor accounts. As a company, our goal is that you do that in the first 5 days. That's our goal. We want you through step 1, credibility done. Step 2, set up with reporting agencies done. Step 3, all the way through to getting your vendor accounts done. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen that way. If you're just starting your business and you have to set up your entity and your bank account, that may take longer than the 5 days, but that is our running goal. We're going to spend 30 to 60 minutes on the initial call to help you with that. We're going to help you get that credit monitoring. I said that $24 a month with Dun & Bradstreet and Experian, that saves you $2,200 a year. You're getting that free business valuation, you're going to actually find out how much your business is worth. It's a 28-page report, and it tells you everything you need to do to increase the value of your business. Now, I didn't show you, but with business valuations, the nice thing here is that with business valuations, you're able to see how much your business is worth at any given time without the report for free anytime you want to. So you actually get a tool to be able to do that. But if you want a full valuation, you're able to get that as well. And I'm going to give you a free ready to publish book so you can be a published author. Does this matter if you're like not offering it as a service? Maybe not. But if you're going to offer this as a service and you're in an industry where being an author gives you credibility, I'm going to give you my book, Business Credit Decoded, give you the licensing right. You change the cover, you change the bio. It's your book ready to publish completely. So you're getting all of that as well. And I'm going to give you a guarantee. If you don't think everything you received is worth every penny of what you paid, or that you'll be able to make money back many times of what you spent with our partner program, 30 days, we give you the money back. creditsuite.com/webinar. Don't think we'll do it. You think if we didn't give people their money back and said we would, that we'd have complaints? Probably. Look online. We don't have complaints. The reason we don't have complaints is we do exactly what we say we're going to do. Look, this is really simple. If you want to be successful building business credit, you will not find another company. Don't take my word for it. Take Google's word for it. Okay. Search business credit right now. Search business credit. And look, you're going to find NAV, you'll find Experian, and we're like, what, 6th, 7th position on the front page of Google. So again, if you're looking for the best company to help you build business credit, we're here to help you do that. If you get in 3 weeks into it and say, this isn't for me, it's a process, I don't want to do it, then we gladly give you the money back. We only want to work with people that are serious about this. Like, we do not want to work with you if you're not serious about succeeding with this, okay? So to recap, you're getting your own finance suite, 24/7 access. It's mobile friendly. Concierge advising with our business credit building team. We're calling you 5 times the first 5 days. Regularly after that, you can email, call, or chat with us regularly as well. Free DUNS number and credit profile activation with D&B saves you $1,500. Okay, you're also getting the largest supply of starter vendor accounts, the BIN number from Experian, the largest access of revolving credit sources, up to $150,000 in unsecured financing if you have good credit or good credit guarantor, your own finance officer, free 411 listing saves you $360 annually. The Visa cards, MasterCards, people say they don't exist because they don't know what they are, how to find them. Disputing inaccuracies with all 3 reporting agencies, getting fleet credit with no PG or credit check, auto vehicle financing in your business name, credit monitoring for only $24, saves you $2,200 a year, cash flow and collateral based financing as well. With our partner program, you're getting every resource you need to be successful, from websites to seminar details to emails and everything in between, all the training, a whole support team. We have what's called our partner success team. All they do is help you succeed as a partner. Now listen, let me help you. If you don't want to offer this as a service, don't go with VIP. I know it's crazy little difference in price, but the reason I'm telling you that is that don't confuse yourself. If you get started with our VIP program, you're hearing from our partner success team, you're getting emails about selling this as a service. Like, if that's not your interest, you can upgrade to that at any time. Come in on our core program, because our core program doesn't have the partner program attached, and you can always upgrade. Don't forget, we're giving you those bonuses as well. The 30 to 60 minutes with our team, the credit monitoring that saves you the $2,200 a year, the free business valuation, and the ready to publish book as well. And don't forget that if it's not worth every penny of what you paid, or that you'll be able to get many times back what you spent with our partner program, we just give you your money back. Boom, here it is. Okay, our reputation reflects the fact that we do that. It's why we don't have complaints. And again, we don't want to work with people that don't want to work with us. Why would we? That makes no sense to me. I don't even understand why people have people sign these long contracts and force you to work with them when you don't want to work with them. If you don't want to work with us and you've taken 30 days to figure that out, then boom, here's your money back. It's that simple. But we don't have a lot of refunds, obviously, because you just saw exactly what you're going to get. You're going to love our advising team. You just need to understand that this is a process. If you're willing to work with us through the process, you will succeed at building business credit. I can't say that you have cash flow, credit, or collateral now to get financing. I don't know if you do or don't. But if you do, we will help you qualify for financing. And if you don't, we'll help you understand what you need to be able to qualify for financing. So let me get in. I told you I'd answer your questions, and that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. So let me go up here to the beginning. Okay, what about nonprofits? Yes, nonprofits, we talked about that. You absolutely can qualify through the program without any kind of issue. Okay, is there a way, and we talked about slides, I talked about that. If you email us info@creditsuite.com, Andres, we will get you that as well. You will get a playback. Those of you that are still here because you attended up to this part, you do not need to stay for the Q&A. Okay, will you be able to do this presentation to my team, or will I have something to preview with my team? You absolutely will. We have a partner success program, and we also have training especially for your team as well. So we have what's called sales rep training and partner basic training, and these trainings are ones that you can give your sales rep or your team access to, and then everything they need to learn is already in there. So everything they need to learn to offer business credit and offer financing as a service, you already have access to. They already have access to everything they need. So yes, we go through and give you step-by-step training to actually be successful. It's already done. Matter of fact, if you're doing presentations, let's say you want to sell this to a client. We have a 90-minute webinar just like this one that's done white label, no branding of us, no nothing, that you just have ready to deploy. We have multiple videos you use that break this down into like a separate videos instead of a 90-minute webinar that you can actually use as well. Okay. You also can come in and we also have professional videos that you can use that are 6-12 minute long to do presentations. So we have multiple ways that your presentations and those type of things are done for you as well. Oh, by the way, I didn't pull this up, but this is that partner basic training. So here's our partner basic training. We teach you what you should know about business credit, what you should know about financing, how to sell the finance suite, meet your team, get set up initially. We teach you the interest rates and time frames to get funding and how to get credit and collateral and all these things. So just like you have a finance suite that teaches you how to build business credit financing, your team and you have a step-by-step process that teaches you everything you need to know. Now, just so you know, all of this takes about 3 hours. If you were to go through every step video one by one by one, it only takes like 3 hours to go all the way through our training. But as you can see, our training is really broke down, actually maybe longer than that, but our training is broke down into these small videos as well. So it's really easy to navigate through all of that, just so you know that. Okay, let me pull that screen back up. Okay, so, and just so you know, guys, it's 12:30 here. So I have my whole team. If you have questions, give us a call, 877-600-2487. Email us, info@creditsuite.com. If my team doesn't pick up, it's because they're always inundated right after webinars. Then leave a message. They will call you right back, or they typically even see when you call and will call you back, okay? But I don't expect you just to buy because you saw me talk on a webinar. Okay, feel free to talk to our team. Let our team answer the specific questions you have. Let our team talk to you about affordability, payment options, anything like that that you have questions, concerns on. So if setting up your email account using Google isn't good, what should we use? Then you should use something that's a professional domain. Let me give you an example. If you go to GoDaddy.com to get your domain, okay, we are creditsuite.com. Okay, then GoDaddy will include an email address for you with that same domain, our email, info@creditsuite.com. You should use an email that's an extension of your domain. Ours is info@creditsuite.com. Our domain is creditsuite.com. Usually when you get your website at a place like GoDaddy, who I highly recommend because they have the best service on the planet I've ever found of any company I've worked with, then they'll give you an email address, and the email address is an extension of your domain. And just so you know, great question, that's exactly the same type of things that our advisors help you with as well, just so you know. Will this work for 5013s? Yes, it will work for nonprofit. And David, I'd love to work with you. David Barnett. You can't be my David Barnett. David Barnett, that's like that's one of my really good friends' name. Like from I don't even know, when I was old enough to have friends, like 5 years old, all the way through high school. One of my really good friends, David Barnett, it's his name. I haven't seen that name outside of him, but that makes me think of him, man. It's nostalgic. It brings back all kinds of memories. Okay, so is there an annual payment after we pay off the plan? No, there's not. What I showed you with pricing is one time. That's it. Boom. You're done. You can either pay one payment or pay monthly installments, and you're done. Now, our partner program, we do offer you something called Executive. An Executive allows you to send customers in just to get funding without selling them anything first. We split funding commissions for you. So as a partner, you could make all the money on the front end, or you can make all the money on the back end as well. You can make money on the back end as well when your customers actually get loans. And with Executive, we just split the fees with you. Like if the bank gives us $1,000, we give you $500. The cheapest I've seen commissions are like $200. The most expensive commission I've seen us pay out is about $10,000 in a fee to an actual partner. How much you get paid depends on the loan size and how much we get paid, et cetera, et cetera. But no, there is no annual payment after that. That's $99 a month for Executive. That's if you want to pay it. Like that's your choice. You could pay the $99 with Executive or not, and you can cancel at any time. But there's no annual fees after that. It's one time. Are there yearly dues? Okay, we talked about. Do you offer leads with a VIP program, business credit? We don't. We can refer you to, and here's the reason we don't. We don't because look, you know, there a lot of our clients generate leads different ways. Some are online, some are offline, some are seminars, but we have elaborate training that teaches you exactly how to generate leads. As a matter of fact, what we do is we spend the money, and then we actually come in and we actually teach you exactly what works. It's pretty insane. So we do everything that's successful, and then we actually teach you how to come in and be successful as well. So we do weekly coaching webinars. So look, some of you have maybe seen me before on places like YouTube, right? Well, let me teach you and give you a secret that most don't know. All my stuff on YouTube is almost all about getting capital. I also weekly talk about entrepreneurship. I talk about how to market, how to make sales, like how to create sales funnels. Okay, I teach everything. So you have access to these webinars, hundreds of them, and I'm live every single week. So my last topics have been 100 brilliant marketing tactics, resources, and strategies for 2019. There you go. Look, there's 5 sessions on that. And this is all exactly how you should be getting marketing, right? So here's a Q&A. We did 5 easy ways to make money with business credit, full partner office back walkthrough. Okay, here's one of our top sales guys, how I sold over 2 million worth of business credit. Okay, so he's teaching you how to do it, how to add utilities to your business credit reports, how to get prospects to buy through what are called action triggers, how to select the best ways to advertise, the 5 most important questions to ask during a prospect presentation. You get the idea. Years of this. We have all these webinars that I do live every week that you're invited to as a partner, that I'm teaching you all kinds of stuff, not just business credit, but I'm teaching you in general how we operate here as a company. Here's our Facebook ads. Here's how we create Facebook audiences. Here's where we get our graphics from. We teach you step by step how to do all of it so you can actually be successful when you are out generating leads and making sales as well. So great question, Tara. What if I already have the DMB, LLC, and EIN? Look, if you already have a bunch of business credit established, it might be cheaper for you. Give us a call. Let's talk to you. But I got to be honest with you. If you just accomplish some of step 1, you're not even at like 4% done yet. You still got like 95% more to go. The rubber meets the road here. Oh, I don't want to say that. My COO, Megan, says it all the time. Now she's got it stuck in my head. Okay, so the real progress, the real work begins when you already start building business credit accounts, not setting up that credibility. But if you got some of that stuff done, absolutely, give us a call. Do I need to start again with all these steps? No. But you do need to make sure that you've done things the right way. Okay, that's what step 1 is. If you are a brand new startup business, we can help you set up every aspect of the business in step 1. But if you're an established business, step 1's a credibility and compliance check. If the samples are an example. The samples are an example. Okay, so if they wouldn't have gone through step 1, they never would have realized that their name was misspelled at the Secretary of State. Then they corrected that one thing, and then they got approved. So step 1 is either a step-by-step guide on how to set up your business the right way if you're just starting up, or it's actually walking you through all the credibility requirements. How do you establish the custom payment? Give us a call, 877-600-2487. We've got products we don't even advertise on our website. We've got products we don't even advertise on our website that could be much more affordable that I haven't even talked about here. So the very first thing we do with you is say, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, what's your goals? And then, like, what's your budget? And then we can either introduce to you products we don't even have on the website, or we'll work out custom payment plans for you, or we work with sources that'll like finance it over 12 months instead of 7, and that will radically bring down your payments, or we'll help you get financing for it. But any of that stuff's available. You just have to contact us and communicate with us, 877-600-2487. 7, travel agencies are not high risk, and yes, we can help you. Nav app asked for my social. Should I have given that to them? So we didn't talk about this, and I appreciate you bringing it up because I did tell you I would address this, and I didn't. Nowadays, if you're applying, NAV doesn't matter. Okay, but when you're applying for credit, a lot of the sources will need to get your date of birth and social security number for verification purposes only. Okay, they are not using it for personal guarantees or credit checks. They're just using it for verification. You just need to make sure you're not giving them that for a credit check. That's what you need to make sure of. What about companies that have UCC filings? Can you help with that? Sure, we can. We just got one cleared off. We had a client that's about ready to close on a $325,000 SBA loan. They had a UCC filing from a bank that the bank went out of business, and they never cleared off the UCC filing. So we went through this process to get it removed so they could actually close on that SBA loan. Okay, at this time, I don't have money to pay for the program. I would like to work with you to get the things needed to get my business going. Look, we have a ton of free training. If you go to creditsuite.com, top right of our page, you'll see I am not the kind of guy that makes you pay a bunch of money to get our expertise. We have hundreds of videos and trainings that will help you. It's a longer path, as you already know. Okay, but it's still there. There's a ton of free information that can help you through this process, because my goal is to help people succeed, whether they have money to pay us or not. That's just how I am. My goal is to make sure that you could build business credit, because I lost my butt when the mortgage industry collapsed, because I guaranteed everything, and they stole money. They didn't steal it. They took money they were due out of my personal bank account. They put business debts on my personal credit reports. It was a nightmare, and it ruined my ability to recover. And I'm so passionate about making sure everybody knows how to do these things, whether they pay us or not. Just if you don't go through the paid route, it just takes longer. You get that. But before you write off that, then give us a call. We can work with payments and introduce products that you don't know about that could make this more affordable than what you may think may be. Danny, when you say offer business financing to your clients, do you mean that we do the client-facing communication and submitting the deals to the lenders? And if so, what's the split? I am currently a successful business loan broker. Danny, what's up, man? Welcome to the loan broker space. It sounds like you are a successful loan broker. If you type in loan broker into YouTube, I think you'll see how much we do for loan brokers. A lot of the video training that you're going to run into is ours. So here's how it works with us. Danny, you probably have a niche of a product that you offer, 1, 2, 3 that you offer. Okay, let us help you with the rest of the stuff. I don't know if you deal with book of business financing for insurance agents, 401k financing, stock, bond, IRA financing there. I don't know if you deal with equipment sale, leaseback, private money, SBA loans. But if you don't deal with that stuff, let us handle all that stuff for you. We'll do a 50-50 split on the funding. Whatever we get paid, boom, split down the middle. You get half, we get half. We do all the work with the lenders. We do everything. If you still want to be the front-facing person with your customer, you can be. You get that luxury. Okay, if you want us to be the front-facing, then you hand them off to us and we do it. It's available for you either way. If you want to sell the business credit builder, you have a choice when you add a new client that you do not want them to be offered financing. You could even say no financing and just sell the business credit builder. So you have a product to sell to everybody that can't qualify for the financing, okay? Or you could take what you typically offer as your primary niche products, and we can help you with that as well. You have a lot of options as a loan broker, but that's how loan brokers usually use us. They use us to break into the space. They find their niche. They go down their niche. They have us handle everything else. Not to mention, Danny, that you have to see all the training and resources that we have available for that as well. So not only that, but in our partner resources library, we have tons and tons of information here about funding products as well. So let me give you an example. If I go to finance resources here, these are all resources that you're able to pull up: webinars, PowerPoints, a financing program cheat sheet that teaches you all the programs and what the things you need to know about every program that we offer so you can present that stuff with your clients. We have marketing videos that you're actually able to see and use. So this is our cheat sheet. Teaches you all the lending products, the interest rates, the terms, the stuff you need to know so you can easily talk to customers about it. We have the actual underwriting guidelines that you're able to access as a partner as well. Not to mention that we've got marketing videos, we've got PowerPoints, we've got free guides, what we call lead magnets and marketing, right? The free guides, the free reports, all that stuff that you're doing. Why do any of that? Why produce it all? It's all produced for you. Look, these are our videos. These are our explainer videos. I mean, check this out. You know how much these things are to produce? It's like $400. Take like this video that doesn't even include the professional voiceover. So on all these funding products, we have all of this training. So you're able to get all these marketing resources, not to mention, Danny, I don't know, do you have a funnel? Do you have an actual email funnel? Because you're getting access to all that with our partner program as well. So you're able to come in and get 12-month drip funnel that teaches your customers about your funding products. So you can see here, here's about building business credit. Here's the next email, what you need to know about business credit but don't. Here's the next email, unsecured business financing and credit card stacking. And all these emails, literally, it's a complete done for you, or not done for you. It's a funnel that you have access to where you can come in and basically show all this to your customers. So we're giving you the resources that you need to basically get customers, market to customers, and then we handle a lot of the financing you don't. That is typically how we're handling or how we're helping a lot of our loan brokers. How much can I sell a finance suite for? Typically, our clients sell it for about what we do, about $3 grand, 3,500. Your wholesale is 700 per system. It could be 500 if you're buying in bulk. That leaves you a net profit of about 2,200 bucks. And we have something called Premier Partner. Premier Partner is free for you as a partner. You could refer the customer to us. We do every bit of the work, and you can make up to 1,250 bucks per sale. Now, don't be like crazy and start running ads and sending us cold, busted leads and expecting like us to work miracles and spell like magic dust Harry Potter the thing to make it where these people convert, right? We got talking sense here. But if you are literally generating leads and want us to do the sale, we do all the sale. You can make up to $1,250 a sale, and we do every bit of the work, every bit after the referral. But that gives you an idea what you can make there. What about liens that's been paid on your business? Yep, those can be removed from the credit report. Is Zoho email good for business email? Don't know enough about it to talk to it. We use Infusionsoft, and some of our partners are using Active Campaign and ClickFunnels. So I don't know enough about Zoho to really speak about them, or I would let you know. Oh, I'm paying as soon as I get the money. Awesome, Angela, and don't forget, don't wait. Everybody says, I'm waiting, I get the money, but then 9 months down the road, they're still trying to get the money. Work with our team. Let's talk about what's affordable. It would probably be easier for you to get the money if you had money, right? Well, if you have money to grow the business, you're able to grow it faster. So talk to us, give us a call. Let's talk about payment plans that may work for you, or payment products that aren't even on our website that can help you as well. Can I just want to develop a line of credit just for my company without selling the product? Can I do this? Yeah, absolutely. Give us a call. 877-600-2487. Give us a call. Tell us you just want to get a credit line. We'll get you to our finance team. We'll help you get a credit line. We don't charge you any money for that. Okay, but if you qualify, I don't know if you're going to qualify or not, but if you have the credit or cash flow or collateral to qualify, absolutely. You don't need to pay us for that. Just give us a ring, 877-600-2487. Very informative. You're a blessing. Angela, thank you. You're a blessing. Thanks for coming on. Hey, this is Rogue from Ecuador. What's up, man? I did not. I said your name was Rogue, which is not right. But if it was pronounced correctly, that would be cool. In opening a new LLC in Florida, that's awesome. You're in my home state. I'm really interested in your credit building program. Please, one question. If the first credit cards I obtain have, just for example, $1,000 credit limit, I only occupied $150, and then in 30 days I pay it, the difference not occupied if credit limit impacts is something with the credit building speed. It doesn't, no. But so it sounds like you're saying here's, look, I have $1,000 credit limit. I only spend $100. Is that going to control my speed of building business credit? The answer is no, it won't. But it will control the amounts you'll get. If you only spend $50 or $100 on every time you buy, then the credit issuers are going to see that all you're doing is spending less than $100, and it's hard to get a $10,000, $20,000 limit when the most you spent is $100. So in the vendor case, you only want to spend $25, $50, $100. You don't want to spend much there. But when you start to get the revolving store credit you want, the fleet cards or the Walmart or the Amazon, you want to really start using that credit. The more they see you using that credit, the more you're spending, the higher the limits will be. It won't determine your speed, it will determine your limits. Can I just develop a line of credit? We just talked about that as well. I'm interested, but I feel I'm now being oversold. I thought the webinar was about 90 minutes and I'm still here. Okay, you're still here because, and you typed this in at 12:33, but that's because the webinar was over at 12:30 and it was 90 minutes. The rest is Q&A. I'm just being here to answer questions. I promised you I would do that. So if you don't want to hang for questions, you definitely don't need to. How much can I sell the program for? We talked about that. Can I speak to the best way to find a virtual office? Man, there's a few open loops I created here and I did not close those loops. And by that, I mean, I did not talk to you about that. So if you're going into our business credit builder, you can access those, but I won't even show you that. I don't need to. All you need to do is, there's a few of them. We use Alliance virtual offices. There's DaVinci and there's Regis. Those are the best. DaVinci virtual offices, Regis, and Alliance. If you go to creditsuite.com/alliance, or excuse me, creditsuite.com/virtual, you'll get a quick link to Alliance. That's who we recommend. Do I have to pay taxes every year after I establish my tax? No, you don't, because you only pay taxes if you generate revenue. Like I have businesses that are sit dormant and do no money, and I pay no taxes. You only pay taxes on a business that does revenue. Now, you will need to pay an accountant to do the taxes, or you'll need to do them, but that's not a lot of money. So yeah, you're going to need, if you have a business set up, you might have an annual report in your state for every year that you keep the entity active, and then you'll want to pay an accountant or do the taxes yourself, but you won't have to pay taxes. How long would we have to complete the course? Well, you've got as much time as you need. We don't shut off your business credit builder, but typically in 12 months, it's the only access you're going to need, because in 12 months, you've already got everything you want to get, but you have access to our business advising team typically for 12 months. If you needed them after that, we'd still be here for you, Stephen. Do you offer credit repair? We don't, but we can refer you to credit repair companies. A lot of credit repair companies are our partners. They're offering business credit through us. We do nothing with consumer credit, but if you need help there, just give us a ring. We can refer you to a legitimate credit repair company that can help you there. I'm already established my business name and my last name incorporated. Is that okay? Yeah, that works fine. No big deal. That works. Non-medical, senior home, healthcare, and CNA staffing to long-term care facilities. Am I fundable? Well, your business entity or your type of business does not prevent you from getting funding. But Bart, if you're going to get funding, it's going to depend on credit, cash flow, or collateral. If you want to know if you can get money, it's real easy. Just give us a ring. We'll talk to you about that. It's all you have to do is just give us a call and we can talk to you about if you qualify. But your industry is not going to prevent you. No. I'm interested in McKinney for it this time. I would want to start as soon as possible. Do I just call you? Just give us a call. And then we'll talk to you about a bunch of different options that may work, if there is a bunch of options that may work. Do you offer website building for a customer? We don't, but if as a partner you do have access to a website we give you, you have to have it set up, but you can have somebody on Fiverr do that. It's universityofbusinesscredit.com. Universityofbusinesscredit.com is the website you get with us. If you are setting up your own website for your business, we don't help you there, but we do give you advice on how to do that with using Fiverr, using other places that make it fairly easy for you to set up websites. So we advise you and help you there, but that's not something we do. If you're a partner, you already have a partner website set up. We already have that already done for you. I started my business 8 years ago. Congrats, Bernard. That's awesome. And have a few things in my business name and just applied for a fuel card before stumbling across the webinar. Does that mess up my chances of future? No, it doesn't. And I hope you get the fuel card. But I'll tell you, most fuel cards are underwritten by WEX, and you're not going to typically get a fuel card unless you have at least 8 accounts or more on your business credit reports. I hope you get approved, and I hope I'm wrong. And you could get approved for a net account, not revolving, but most of those accounts that are underwritten by WEX are going to want you to have about 8 accounts. So you didn't mess yourself up. We can still help you there, but knowing that they're underwritten by WEX, knowing that you need 8 accounts to apply, that's the kind of stuff that you're getting from us, where you don't have to play this guessing game and to see if you're going to actually succeed or denied. What about IT companies? Yep, absolutely. We can help you there as well. How much can we sell it for? We talked about that. Is real estate investing on the bad company type list? Oh yeah, you're bad, Steven. But it's not that you're bad, man. Here's the problem. You and I are in the same boat. We're in financial services, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, people in credit, people in finance, accountants, attorneys. We're all considered financial services, and financial services in general is higher risk and more difficult to get approved. So just watch what name is in your name to when it comes to getting credit cards. And we have all kinds of loans that can still work. We help credit repair companies get financing all the time. As a matter of fact, I feel pretty confident that we help more credit repair companies get funding than any other source, even though I've got nothing to support that. I'm just saying that because we help a lot of high risk industries like those in the pod industry, credit repair, and many other industries that just aren't able to get financing elsewhere. I'm interested, but I can't afford the $597 price. No big deal. Then just give us a call. Let us work a custom payment plan or walk through another option with you. Who do I contact about a better pricing? Just give us a call, 877-600-2487. And one of our team members will even pick up the phone, or since, as you can imagine, guys, we have thousands of people, right? So thousands of people come in a webinar, our phones get inundated. But if our company, if the guys don't answer, just leave a message and then they will answer the voicemail. We will give you a call back if you don't get somebody. I just don't want to set that expectation that people are standing by the phones right now. They are, but they're so inundated. I mean, we have these guys, sometimes our guys will work 100 calls a day, 50 appointments a day that people are setting with us. So be patient, but yeah, just give us a call. If you give us a call, we'll definitely talk to you a little bit more. And our team should follow up because you attended the webinar with you as well. But to be safe, give us a call. What is a typical model of scale? And by the way, when we follow up, we're looking for feedback. What could I have done better? Where did I screw up? What could help somebody else next time? So help my guys. If my guys and gals call and say, hey, I wanted to follow up after Ty's webinar to see if it was well, to see if you have any suggestions, just give them the courtesy of a call back or an email back to give us that feedback so we can constantly improve here. Okay, what is a typical model of scale with adding staff members? How does it work if I want to have staff? I do currently have staff in my current business. Here's my advice. My advice is start with virtual assistants from the Philippines. We use a service called Upwork. We have about 25 full-time virtual assistants here at Credit Suite that do so many different things for us. Virtual assistants can be obtained for $3 to $6 an hour. $4 an hour is common. They can do a lot of the minuscule tasks. I believe in filming videos to teach them. And then I also believe in then hiring them, use the videos to teach them, and have them take a lot of your manual work off of you. you. That's going to free up tons of time. And then it's going to give you time before you're probably going to need US staff. And you might need US staff for things like for things like sales. And guys, look, I'm all about American, right? I'm a military vet, so I'm all about hire American, okay? But I'm also all about being a successful entrepreneur. And the reality is, when you make a transition from startup to hiring your first team members, it's a bigger expense that a lot of us can't handle. So we try to take on too much of the work ourselves. VAs give you an interim. They give you a way in between. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And then training your team, that's about a bunch of different ways to actually get the team onboarded, training, things like that. But again, hiring, we use, gosh, I can't think about who we use. Indeed for hiring. So hopefully that helps you there. As a partner, we teach you all that. We have an hour-long webinar on how to hire virtual assistants, an hour-long webinar on how to teach virtual assistants, an hour-long webinar on how you hire a team and teach a team, and how you keep your sales team loyal and all that kind of stuff. But there's some of the highlights that can at least help you, Dan. Great question. What is bulk to bring down? It depends. We actually give you bulk pricing if you buy 5 units or more. And then you get down into like 15 units at a time. You start to get down into like bigger discounts. To give you an idea, we've got clients that buy 50 suites at a time and get really low pricing because they're doing really, really, really high volume. I simply need 3,000 to 5,000 cash credit card. Okay, well then give us a call. Let's see what we can do to get you approved. I'll make the call tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'll call you for customized payment plan. Awesome. Does this program work well for real estate investors? It works great. Our top 5 industries: real estate investors, real estate agents, and trucking and financial services, all are within our top industries. So of our top 5 industries, we help real estate agents and investors are 2 of the 5. You know why? Because we help you get cash credit to buy the properties. We also help you with the Lowe's, the Home Depot, the labor ready that you're actually going to need for the fix part of the fix and flip. So we cover all parts of that. Is not having a website a deal breaker for credit? No, but the goal here, as I mentioned, you want to keep away from those red X's on that credibility check. And the problem with not having a website is you never want to leave an application field blank for a website. Like if you go to try to fill out an application for credit and ask for a website, you leave it blank. Yeah, not a great chance you're going to get approved, because what kind of established company nowadays doesn't have a website? That's the way credit issuers see it. So it's not an automatic decline, but it's not going to help you. What's the lowest possible payment for custom payment plan? A very small business. Again, just give us a call, okay? You saw what our payments are, but I can't even answer that question because we have different products that we don't even talk about here that could be more affordable. If you want a really low payment, then you might not be a good fit for our core program. You might be fit for another program. So that's why we need to talk to you to figure out what your goals are, how fast you're looking to get money, what you're looking to accomplish. And then from that, also figure out what is within your budget. And then we need to make a determination of whether it goes to a different product or whether or not we work on getting this product financed through a different means. So I promise, our guys are so timid. Guys and gals, I tell you that because we've got a mix. Our guys and gals are so timid that they're easy to work with. Just give us a call. Communicate with us. If you communicate with us, we can help you, but you've got to communicate with us and tell us what's going on and what you're looking for. I'll get better than ever. I appreciate that. Thanks for your answer, friend. Thank you. And Rogue, I'm sorry if I completely crushed the pronunciation of your name, buddy. My personal credit is horrible. I have an LLC ready to go, but I can get any credit for the new company due to my poor credit. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is first of all, you're an entrepreneur, so of course your personal credit's bad because we're entrepreneurs. We take risks, and our credit reflects that we take risks, right? That's what happens. So in that case, what you want to do is you need to start building your credit profile and score for the LLC that you're getting credit that's not linked to the personal credit. That's exactly what we talked about today, and that's exactly what our system will then help you do. Do I need to file a Form 8832 at the IRS? Don't know. Not sure off the top of my head what a Form 8832 is, or I would tell you. Can I watch the webinar again? Yes, we will send you the playback. If you are here at the Q&A, which you are, then we will send you a playback. Would this work for someone who just finished aesthetic school? Yes. Start your own spa. Jessica, that will only work if you give me free spa treatments for life. That's it. It's the only way this would work for you. But if you do that, then yes, it will work. A bit on the not so scale at first, but just trying. Yeah, absolutely. This would absolutely work for you. See my questions? Yes, I think I've answered those. How do you report? Just so you guys know, I'm 7 minutes behind on questions. If you type questions in, I'm answering 12:50 questions, and it's 12:57. How do you report cash payments to D&B? You can do it. You basically can get D&B's credit builder for $150 a month, and then they will go through a process to get those reported there. How do you that? That's the best advice there. I've stepped up and started my business by cooking breakfast from home part-time on weekdays. That's so smart. That's an entrepreneur. Congratulations, Cecilia. I love you already. That's this is an entrepreneur. My kids are 8 and 10, and they get incentivized financially every week if they do things that are entrepreneurial, and it's all about solving problems instead of complaining about them. You are somebody where everybody else says I don't have the time, and then this is what you say: I've stepped up and started my business by cooking breakfast from home part-time on weekdays and full-time on Saturday and Sunday. That's awesome. I like that you figured out a way to get that done while you're still working your other job. Cece's Kitchen is the name. It's so cool. Is that fundable? I'm interested in education. Yeah. I mean, look, funding to get loans and credit lines, you got to have cash flow or good credit or collateral. To get any kind of loan or credit line, you got to have that, whether it's through us or anybody else. But we can help any business with business credit if you don't have one of those three things. Do I have to pay taxes every year after I establish? Nope, you don't. We talked about that. I want to start my own business credit company to help people. I haven't established an entity yet. Will you guys help with that? Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we help a lot of people. You saw Marlon. He got $1 million in business credit financing. He travels all around the country and does seminars just teaching business credit financing. This is now his primary business. We have many of our partners that this is all they do is as their primary business. Is business development incubators considered? That's a great business idea. I love that, Andre. Great question. My fiance is Air Force. Oh, that's cool. I was Air Force too. Just so you know that, Soul. Thank you guys for doing this for us. No, thank you, man, and thank her for her service. I think, yeah, because your name is Soul, so I'm not sure if you're male or female, but if it is a her or a him, thank him or her for their service, please, because we are very, very fond of veterans here. Create relatable biz 918 LC, have D&B number, but I have not made any money yet. I opened bank account and at start. Now I got a credit card offer from bank for this biz. Should I expect to get denied? Okay, those credit card offers are going to have credit checks. Whether you get approved or denied depends on how good or bad your personal credit is. That's how that's going to work. Okay, personal credit's highly leveraged, so that means you're probably not going to get approved, especially if you're like getting like Bank of America type of offers, especially that you just won't get those. Is there ways to apply for business credit? Here's what my opinion is. My opinion is you need to start building business credit. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with each other. You're over leveraged because you're using your personal credit to try to fund your business, right? I know. You don't have to confess. Just nod your head. Okay, I see you nodding your head. I'm just kidding. I can't see you. But the reality is that you're over leveraged because you're probably trying to use personal credit to fund your business. We got to stop that. Let's build the business credit profile. Let's build the business credit score. Let's start getting business credit cards. Then let's move the balances that shouldn't be on your personal credit to your business credit. Your personal credit corrects itself, and that's going to open up a lot more options for you. So hopefully that answers that question for you, Kelly. Also, would you be interested in hiring US-based VAs? I and my daughter are currently looking for some work home to supplement our situation prior to this time. You could email us, info@creditsuite.com. I don't handle the hiring, and I can tell you this. We have tons of virtual assistants that work for us virtually, but our actual US staff, there's a process we go through to hire based on available positions, but I don't have it. I should. Our company just created this awesome jobs board that has all the jobs that we currently have available. And I know one of them is an accounting job, but I'm not sure where that is. So if you go to info@creditsuite.com and let us know, we'll get your information, Robin, to our HR team for the next positions we're hiring for. How do we get a copy of the webinar? I'll send it to you probably tomorrow. You'll get a playback. I'm on my webinar now, but I missed the beginning. You'll get a playback tomorrow. I already have an EIN, 20 years old. That's awesome. Touch you a failed business. Yeah, absolutely. You can use that EIN, but we're going to want to do a credit check to see what else is being reported on there with you, just so you know. Jessica, I will be, you will. You just committed to giving me free spa treatments for life, Jessica. I just want you to know that. I'm keeping the transcripts of this webinar as proof. I'll be a spa that is just for men, women. We already have everything. LOL. I love that. That's awesome. A spa for men. Just so you know, Jessica, I will go to a spa for men, just so you know. I work full-time job also. Yeah, Cecilia, that's awesome. I like that CC's Kitchen. I think it's cool that you're doing that from home. It shows you're being entrepreneurial, as my kids and I would say. I have a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, just charged 3 years of my personal credit. Does that? Nope, does not disqualify you for business credit, will disqualify you from some funding. Is Designate Imminent a legal company for web design? Imminent, yeah, that sounds good. And nobody would, and web design isn't high risk anyway, so that's good. I don't think I can afford the core program, but I will call to see. Call and see. Like I said, Cecilia, like give us a shot to see what we can do to help. Alex, look at that. Alex gave it to us. It's creditsuite.com. Okay, so the website for jobs is creditsuite.com, creditsuite.pre, VUEAPS.com, prevueaps.com/jobs. So for whoever that was that just asked me about that, it's creditsuite.pre, eaps.com/jobs, or if you email us info@creditsuite.com, we'll give you that as well. Jessica says, okay. Biz email, I have an email in my business name and a .com email, but I also have a Gmail. Don't use that Gmail on applications that I use most because honestly, it works better than I get Gmail. Yeah, Google stuff does seem to work better. So I just use Gmail more, but I have both emails. You only put the .com email in the business apps. You only put the .com anywhere public facing, okay? That's what matters. Make sure your website and everything has that doesn't have Gmail. It's not just the applications, it's congruency. It's everywhere you have it listed online. I like your webinar personally. Tara, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's awesome. This is amazing, and I wish I knew about this before. I have a travel agency. I'm looking to invest in properties to Airbnb, and that's an awesome idea. Karen, one of my friends that owns Seek Capital, he does this too, and he also uses Turo to do the same with cars. He buys cars. I'm going to give you a tip. He buys a car, a BMW 3 Series, and now he's found that for everybody that gets his Airbnb, he offers them a car, a Beamer to go with it. They take it, he Turos them the Beamer, and then includes that too as an upsell. Little tip. So that's cool. I like your business idea. He's doing that. That helps you anyway. What's average time frame to get business credit card as a new business? You can get vendor credit right away. You can get revolving store credit in 30 to 60 days. Okay, and to get a Visa card, MasterCard, about 4 to 6 months. Okay, and that answers almost all the questions. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Guys, look, my goal is that you'll leave here with a bunch of information that's actionable, even if you don't want to work with us or don't have the money or whatever it may be. And I think we accomplished that today. And my other goal is to tell you what we do and how we do it and show you our cool stuff, and hopefully sway you from the dark side of trying to do it yourself to the good side, to be a Jedi Knight here. I'm not a Star Wars guy necessarily, but that sounded like a good way to put it. And work with us directly to help expedite your results, to help you get the business credit results faster, to help you get access to capital if you qualify, or if you don't, teach you what you need to do to qualify, to help you qualify, so we can help you through this process of getting the money you need to do things like create CC's Kitchen out of your home part-time as you're working a full-time job, and then make that your full-time gig, or to get your spa off the ground. Look, I love what I do because I get to work with all these different kind of businesses. I'm that guy that when you tell me that you're going to start a catering business or a spa, I'm like, dude, that sounds awesome. A spa for guys. I want to go start that business. So I get this luxury of working with all these different entrepreneurs that do all these cool things. And then we go, okay, here's capital. Now what can you do? And then they do all these crazy things and give us all this feedback as they're succeeding. And it's just this unbelievable experience for us as a company, for our team, for me individually. And I hate to say it, but it honestly makes me cry from time to time, because it's cool to be able to empower business owners with the ability to get the money you need to do cool things, and then watch you go do cool things and give people jobs and solve problems. It's just so awesome. And we feel we've done a really good job of helping you become fundable, of building your business credit, of accessing financing, of building your business credit so you can get better terms on financing, or building your business credit to get financing when you can't get financing through other means. So we've got a really good approach to do it. an amazing team that can help you along the way. Our reputation speaks for itself. We have hundreds of results online. We have tons of video testimonials. All of our testimonials are video, and play them. These are like real people telling real success stories, and hundreds of reviews where people are really saying paragraph after paragraph of what they like about us. Guys, people don't just go spend a half hour typing 10 paragraphs about what they like about us, unless they're really happy. So again, we're very good at what we do, and we love to work with you and help you through the process to get more results faster. And if that makes sense, then give us a ring, send us an email, let us talk to you, because again, don't let money be a barrier. We've got products that aren't even on our website. We've got options that we can work for you to make it more affordable. We can get you financing without even buying anything first. There's just so many different ways that we can help you. If you're communicating with us, that's 877-600 2487, 877-600, 2487. I'm going to answer maybe a few more questions, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay, so Joanne, thank you very much. I'll have to call. My situation is a little complicated since we took over a family business, but we started with the new EIN, but we're using some of the trade accounts. Yeah, we can help you with that. And that's actually not as complicated or rare as what you think. A lot of people do take over businesses that have a similar situation. We help. And again, if you're looking for those, Sarah, you're asking for the slides, email info@creditsuite.com. Our team can help you with that. You didn't answer my questions. Constance, ask the question again. I thought I answered every question, but I promise you, Constance, it's going to be better for me for you to ask that question again right now than it is going to be for me to scroll through all of the questions that I have. So can you help with doggy daycare? Yes, of course we can. I love dogs. I'm a huge dog fan. 2 German Shepherds is what I have, but I love all dogs, and I love monkeys because, like, who doesn't love monkeys? So Constance, okay, how did I miss this question? It's like a huge question. Okay, my business partner and I had an urgent care clinic, but it closed due to money about 2 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that. But we keep the registration with the state active because we're trying to find a way to reopen. Yes, you can still use the EIN and build business credit. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, yep. So you absolutely can, Constance. Yes, you can. And I never did see this question, by the way. So I must have overlooked it. My bad. Give us a ring, 877-600-2487, info@creditsuite.com. We'll answer any other questions you have that I didn't get to. And then we will also talk to you about ways to get started with us. I'm going to wrap this up. No more questions for today, but thank you so much for taking the time with me. I understand the value of your time, and I hopefully that I made the most of it. And I look forward to everybody seeing you succeed. If you're doing this on your own, then give us your testimonials. Tell us how it goes. Go to our YouTube channel, our social media, and tell us about the success you're getting if you're working with us. And I look forward to seeing firsthand the success you're getting, helping you get the capital you need to grow your business. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Give us a ring to talk more and get started. 877-600-2487. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.